guys. Rafe, you're on time. Scott,
Thank you.
You did it.
Yay!
Moon,
Hey,
you did it too.
Energy up. You
Lern,
did it.
Not so much.
not so much today.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Nice
buddy.
attempt.
Not feeling it, huh?
Nah.
What's wrong, sport?
Well,
Is there
hey, Dad.
is there anything more condescending
Sport.
than somebody
sport.
calling you sport?
No, I like it.
Pal.
All
Better
right,
than,
pal.
hey, broad. It's better than that.
What about chickie?
Hey, chickie, what's... No, that sounds like a creepy uncle
Yeah, it's
that I
weird.
don't want to get a card from.
I'll never do that again.
All
Sorry.
right, that's all right.
Now, you ever have somebody call you sport as an adult?
Oh, sure.
You guys
Yeah, and
get
they
called...
tousle your hair.
Something as a woman I'm jealous of is the fact that men get called boss. Like, it's kind of cringe.
Hey, boss.
But women
Yeah.
never get called boss. Like,
That
oh, hey,
can-
boss. Oh, sorry, boss.
That can be a weapon, too.
Yeah.
That can be.
Well,
It would tire quickly.
if you call a woman a boss,
She better be a boss.
oh, what am I, bossy?
Right.
What do you call me, bossy?
Man, I don't
What's
know.
up, boss?
Hey,
I
what's
think
up, boss?
saying anything is you have a chance to lose. This could be a lose-lose scenario with whatever word you select. Some are worse than others. You know, I was real Hulk Hogan there for a while. You know, I was brother and
Hey,
everybody.
brother.
And
I
then
am.
you say brother in a certain context, and people are like, "Wait, what? What do you mean by that?" I'm like,
Well,
"Oh God."
and I did it.
Okay.
So I said, see your brother to a black guy. And I was
Cue the Maury.
uncomfortable.
We should have
Yeah.
talked about that yesterday.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I can't believe that slipped my
Oh,
mind.
Kerry Davis was here.
He was here. Dang.
Brothered him.
Can't believe that I...
And it was a Hulk Hogan thing.
That's
But
what I'm
yeah,
saying,
you say
like this-
brother often.
We say brother all the time.
Yeah.
But you put the
Everybody.
R on there.
But you can't.
There's a difference
but you
between
can't
the
even,
R and the A.
yeah, But you can't even make it a thing in the moment, even though you feel awkward, just in case somebody else feels awkward. But you can't correct it. You just got to live it. Right?
I swam in it.
That's what I'm
for a
saying.
while.
You just got to live it.
the
for a
brother
while.
swimming pool.
I was swimming in
And
it.
it takes days to shake that one off.
That's why you have to deliver it in the Hulk Hogan voice. That is the...
See your brother?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
See your
You
brother.
have to get a
By the time
handlebar
you'd be like,
mustache.
take it easy, my brother. If you just like, if you say brother at the end, then they're like, there's no question. Everyone's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right, it's a bit.
Uh-huh.
That's a big proponent in Tina and I's house.
You were just speaking to each other like
Everybody's
Hulk
brother.
Hogan?
Yeah, it's like the dogs are brother, she's
Okay.
brother, I'm brother.
I know. I love that. She calls women brother.
Yeah.
It's great.
All right,
It's
brother.
easier for her. I'm more
It's
likely to
just
get
a
dressed down
flat,
for it.
It's just a flat brother.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if somebody calls you sport or chief,
Chief.
Baby cakes. Hey, baby cakes.
yeah. I've never been called baby cakes.
Well, like Mark Close was in our office yesterday after you guys left, and we were chatting, and I just love him so much, and he's like, "All right, baby, I'll see you later." And that's and I call him baby too. I'm like, "Hey, baby," like it's this kind of
yeah,
inside
but that's
thing.
like, hey, I'm a 70s guy.
Yeah, he's like from the 70s.
This goes,
Hey.
But like
70s.
some women would be appalled to be called baby, but he's one of my best friends, and I don't mind it.
I'm going to put you in the pictures, baby.
See you later, groovy chick.
Maybe that's more like 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
But that's bros. That's different.
See you, you little firecracker.
You can get away with any of that kind of stuff. It's the associate. It's the peripheral friend or whatever that like, hey, yeah, something, pal, or blah, 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 boss. And you're just like, what are you trying to do? You trying
love
to dominate
pal.
right now?
I call everybody pal.
All right, pal.
I think that's kind of like the most generic thing you can say to
Listen,
somebody.
again, it's all how you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like getting called boss from a Latin dude is awesome. Like,
Yeah, it is personality based. I will agree with that. King Scott,
Hey, boss.
you're 1 for 1.
Thank you.
That's a good.
By a Latin guy?
Yeah. Like if Polo came in here and said, "Hey, boss," it's just a
okay,
compliment,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, that feels good.
Yeah.
I needed
tone,
that.
Tone and personality go a
Yeah.
long way.
Yeah.
Some people can get away with it. Some people, it's.
Tone is everything,
Yeah.
for sure.
I do have a friend that's still. It makes me physically repulsed, but he just won't stop like calling waitstaff, sweetheart, or baby girl,
Honey.
Blubber
Honey.
bottoms.
Baby
Hey,
girl.
honey. Hey, baby girl.
Yeah, just occasionally, and I'm like, you gotta, dude.
Oh,
wanna
if
go
I heard a
dump you in the
guy
river
call a
right
waitress
now.
baby girl,
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't
I want
know.
to jump out of my skin.
But certain places.
You'll
in
say
the-
baby boy too.
Hey, baby boy.
certain
Hey,
places
baby
in the
boy, can I
country,
talk to you for a second?
You got a cowboy hat on or something, you say darling. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's personality.
Only
based.
if you're wearing the hat.
But in the wrong context, you say darling, people are like, wait a second.
However, like baby girl, like if Timbaland was here and he was like baby girl, like I'd be like, oh hell yes.
That's fine.
Because it was like baby girl, but known as Aaliyah. Like that's cool as hell.
That's fine.
I don't think he's going to say that whole part to you. But
No,
he might.
my name is not Aaliyah, but
Better known as Lern.
All right, I got a question
okay.
for you guys. And, we've been doing a show together as this group for how many months now? Since
4 years.
It's 8 months,
8 months.
6, 7. What is it?
May,
We
June,
When did we
hear-
start?
Five
April.
months.
There are 5
April.
months. 5 months.
April.
April.
5 months.
Man, it's been
5 grueling months.
5 months.
No, it's been great.
Are we getting fired on the air? What's happening?
No. 5 months is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Seems like it's been forever.
Yeah.
Feel like now actually, no, I'm sorry. I feel like with Lern, we're still peeling layers off your personality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every day
Yeah,
we
way to single
find
me out.
every day we find something new out.
You
What?
singled yourself out when you said you wanted to sit in whipped cream.
You know what? I stand by it, and this weekend is going to be a real fluffy weekend at the Elwell household. All right,
Hey, baby girl is whip curious.
so I am whip curious. Back to you.
But do you guys think you know me?
Whip shame.
No, I will never know you fully. You are an onion. Never.
You're the onion with the layers.
Then it's mutual.
think
The
I know
thing
you.
that I have said to people, because people are like, how's it going on the show? And I'm like, and I have something to say about
trying
each
to
one of
figure
you.
Riz out, huh?
And I go, I am just amazed by Scott Rizzuto. Like, you are super interesting. And I'm not saying that to suck up to you. You just are.
I'm a weird person.
You are.
I understand I have many different facets. Moon, knows me the most.
Yeah.
I think I know you pretty well.
I think Moon knows me pretty well.
I know you pretty well. I mean, we hang out almost every day. after
Every
the
day,
show.
Scott.
That's true. Yeah.
Every day.
The
I hang out with you
I like
for
that.
at least 4 hours.
Yeah.
They've got an apartment together.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you this question. I'm going to go around.
Okay.
If somebody told you they saw me arguing with a stranger on the street, what would you immediately assume I was arguing with them about?
Oh,
I know the answer.
this is easy.
Oh, you think it's easy? You think that's easy?
I mean, depending on how specific we
If
have to
somebody, you could be as specific. I mean, listen, this is the scenario. You could be as specific as you want.
be. Okay.
I'm going to go to Moon last.
Okay.
If somebody
all right.
told you they saw me, Scott Rizzuto, arguing with a stranger on the street, somebody runs in here, dude, Riz is out there, and he's getting into it with somebody. What would you assume immediately that I was arguing with this person about?
How they're behaving. Like,
I need specifics.
okay, I'm imagining you
That's what I wanted to
in the
know.
parking lot. You see a man yelling at like his kid or his dog or his
Why are
wife.
your eyes closed?
I'm imagining it.
Okay.
Her eyes are closed when
And-
she's.
Serious.
And you're kind of like talking with you, lots of pointing. You're upset, and it's how this man has behaved, and somehow you have been roped in it. Somehow, like you either walked by and they spilt something on you, or you heard something terrible, and you were triggered, and you just let loose some
Okay.
behavior of the other person.
Specifically, I need specifically. What am I yelling at this guy about? What are we
For
arguing
being
about?
an a-hole, like
For being an a-hole.
yeah,
Like, did he cut in line?
yeah. He's cutting in line. He's yelling at his wife, and he's beating his dog, and you're screaming.
Wow,
at
that's
him.
a lot of stuff going on.
It's
I'm
a lot.
hoping
He's
somebody
a total
steps
a-hole.
in. I'm hoping somebody steps. He's beating his wife. He's cutting people online, and he's yelling at his dog.
Yeah. That's it.
I'm hoping.
Cool.
What a
He
jerk.
does one more thing.
Yeah, one
Super
more.
Riz.
He's going to get an earful from Scott Rizzuto.
Thank God you were there, Riz.
Yeah.
Man,
Hero.
is nobody else around? Is nobody else seeing this
This guy's a real bad guy.
This guy's beating his wife, yelling
yeah.
at his dog, and cutting people online.
I just like the fact that, like,
And he threw a battery in the trash.
let's say you're, in some heated argument out over there, and Lern steps out of the building. That's what she's gonna think.
Yeah.
That's what goes through her mind. Oh my God, he's talking to someone who's beating his wife.
You're a man of the people. I don't know.
Okay.
He's engaging with another human
from
being.
what-
That human being must be demonic.
From the moments that, and you are like Larry David, from the moments that have happened to you where you have lost your crap or you've had an interesting interaction, I always side with you. I always find that I'm on
This
your
man
side.
tried to
with it.
get in a fight in the shadow of the arch because somebody took his lady's seat on the bench or something.
She was sitting there, and this man sat on her legs.
See? He's in the
Did you
right.
dress like Santa?
You know,
Clearly, there was other places
the
to sit.
the kids going down the street too fast.
drunk
Your
guy
wife's
in
losing
concert.
it. You got to
You even said that
intervene.
was ridiculous. You got
It was ridiculous.
You bowed up on a
You
guy.
know?
You want to go?
Someone talking crap about somebody you appreciate and care about, you're gonna get in there. Like, you know, I'm on your side. Like all this, of course, they're your
You know what?
stories. So
And
That was years
Did you guys
ago.
hear the story about?
I don't think you would do that anymore.
No, I definitely would not.
oh,
I definitely would not try to get into a physical altercation
why?
with somebody. It's too
What
much to
holds you
lose,
back?
man.
Yeah, but somebody's hurting some. Like you're saying, you would not get in a physical altercation
If it's a one-on-one stupid situation where you took my wife's seat,
right. No, that's not worth it. But like somebody's
I
threatening
don't know,
you.
man. And you know what? You know what really hit me? No pun intended. Yesterday, was you guys read the story about the guy that got killed at the Patriots game
Yeah, I got it in sports.
over the weekend?
With the other fan, right?
Dolphins fan punched him in the head, and this was like a season ticket holder. This was like a Patriots season ticket holder, older guy, and
53.
53, and I'm sure
Father
we'll
of
get into
two.
more of the details
Wow.
later. But got into it with a Dolphins fan. Dolphins fan punched him twice.
From what I read, there was like a wrestle and a scuffle, and then another guy came over and punched him once.
Punched him once.
That's-
Punched him once.
That's what I've read. There's still
And what happened? Fell back, hit his head. He's dead.
Over. Yeah.
Over.
Gosh.
It's unfortunate.
Over. I don't know, man. You know, it's like to ruin your life. Stupid stuff like that. Got too much to lose.
That's a good.
And now who
Way to be.
knows? You know,
Yep.
this guy got a weapon. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. You don't have to hit anybody. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, I'm not going to.
Okay, good.
Is this why you brought this question about yourself up?
Yeah. Why are we asking? What?
Is this
did
where you see? Because
No,
this is
I'm-
kind of where I see you. This is where I was going to put you.
Okay. Question again. And you know what? I want you all to text your spouses this question
right now?
right now.
Okay.
Good morning.
What's the specifics of the question?
If somebody told you they saw me arguing with a stranger on the street, what would you immediately assume I was arguing with them about? Okay?
Okay.
And I want what they respond with.
What would you assume I would?
What would you assume I'm arguing about?
That's going to be an interesting
Yeah.
answer.
It's going to take a couple hours for these people to respond.
Yeah, my wife's phone is on I'm sleeping mode.
D&D.
Yeah.
Mine will either come immediately or at noon.
I think I only have two answers for you.
Okay, so Rafe, and put me in this situation.
I have.
If somebody told Rafe Williams that, holy cow, Scott Rizzuto was out on the street arguing with a stranger, what are you immediately assuming I'm arguing with them about?
Well, I don't see this shouting and pointing as much as a lot of pacing and arm waving. I see a lot more Larry David behavior than you pointing at someone's face. That's where I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Probably outraged.
Am I by myself?
I think this could be. There might be.
Am I
another person.
like a ranting lunatic just waving my arms on the street?
I'm not sure if you're yelling at someone or if they're just a bystander who happens to be there. I think it would probably be. I'd like to say it would be something over very petty, like a property line dispute or someone's tree limb falling in your yard. But I think the most likely scenario in which you would probably lose your cool would probably be something with your kids. I think it would be either at a sporting event, which, let's be honest, has happened.
That's the last time I've lost my cool. That's the last time I lost my cool was at a sporting event.
Like if something
The
happened to
ref,
one of
right?
your kids or you felt like it wasn't addressed properly, I think that's the time you'd probably go into like. I think that's the time that the good sense would leave your head of like, I'm a public figure. I probably shouldn't freak out. And you would be like, I don't really care. Throw me out of this hockey ring.
Okay.
But I could also see you flipping out on a neighbor over a tree limb or something like, or them trying to give you a hard time.
See, that's where I'll push back on you.
Okay.
Not going to argue with well, it's not true that happened too.
Can I say mine before you go
the
into
kid
it?
flying down the street? Although I was the one trying to keep the peace.
Yeah,
That's a little different.
because your lady was
But you were
losing, right?
yelling in the street.
Yeah, you're arguing.
But
You never said like violently arguing.
I never said you'd be wrong either.
I
in this
was
scenario.
arguing with a stranger on the street. Now, as far as neighbors go, if it's my neighbor Tony's tree fell and broke my fence, and
Yeah, you're not going to be.
I'm not going to be. I'm trying to keep the peace.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep the peace. Scott,
Well, you talked about down the street. I was thinking it'd be for sure something with you walking your dog, and possibly the most likely scenario is that your dog excreted waste in someone's yard and they didn't like it. So then you would bag it up and then go back and throw it in their yard, but also yell at
again,
them.
we've done that. We did that a couple
Just months ago.
2 years ago. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah. I mean, I can
was
see
in the
that happening.
springtime.
So, but it's a comment with your dog. That seems to get you almost more worked up than anything.
People in the chat are saying parking spaces, food not being ordered correctly.
Moon,
Okay. I think there's two likely scenarios here. What I would assume.
what you are assuming I'm arguing about.
If I walked out and I saw you in a parking lot and you were chirping face to face.
Like, dude, hey, Riz is arguing with somebody.
Nose
What is
to
he arguing
nose with
about?
some fella. I'm going to assume that it's somebody, maybe a former employee of or a former radio person or something. Somebody told you how to do this show.
That's awesome.
Micromanaging?
Somebody told you, oh yeah, you know what? This sucks, and you should have done it this way.
And I
Right?
would go, oh, I guess I need another producer.
I think that'll get you. I think that'll get you. And then my second one is, it's got to be a parking issue. Parking was one of my first thoughts.
No, you see, parking, I think a parking fight,
Only in certain scenarios, though.
and maybe I've seen too many, YouTube videos of parking fights gone awry.
Yeah, they never go well.
Yeah.
If you're willing to fight for a parking
Cooler
spot-
heads usually never prevail
right? But
in parking disputes.
You know what's interesting? The scenario that I thought of was you having like a reserved, like you're going to the Blues game.
And
like-
somebody cones off a spot for me.
Exactly. We're at Riz Show night at the Blues game, and you have a hard out because we're on the air the next day, and they've coned you a spot, or they've reserved you a spot that's going to assure you that you get out of the garage quickly, and someone has stolen that. I can see you going, no. Listen, I got a 2:30 wake up call tomorrow. I got to get in there. I got to park now, and I got to leave early. You can't take the spot from me. I can see that happening. But that's a distant second.
Yeah,
to
that's-
somebody told you how to do radio.
I'm thinking I'm probably, okay, that's a great call.
Yeah, some
That's a
former
good
radio
call.
guy that you know years ago that you don't like that came up to you and was like, "Listen, Riz, this is how you should do your show."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you wouldn't argue with somebody if they said, this is how I think you should play guitar.
I don't.
This
think
is
so.
how I think you should make your set list. This is how I think
don't
you
think
should
so.
do it. No, come on.
Do
You think
see-
you'd flip
do you-
immediately?
Do you see me as an arguer?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, here, yeah, because that's my job.
On the street?
On the
You're never
street.
going to argue with somebody on the street?
Oh, pretty rarely, man.
What if somebody does something to your kids?
Well, it does something to my kids. If I have to protect my children.
And that's how I see myself getting in.
Well, absolutely.
If that's
But
how I see
that's not
myself.
an
Tussled your
argument.
hair.
A stranger tussles my hair.
Yeah, they just walk up to you, tussled your hair, and go, "What's up, sport?"
I'm going to very firmly say, don't touch me, please. Don't touch me. But I'm not here for an argument.
You push and you go, no.
No. I'm not here for an argument.
No.
I'm going to do
Not
everything I
today.
can.
My purse. I don't know
No
you.
time, no
Yeah,
thanks.
Everything I can to diffuse the scenario.
All right,
Not
if
an
you saw
argument.
Learn.
Thanks, no
Did Tim
time.
write you back?
He did.
Okay, but before you give Tim's answer.
Okay.
If somebody sees Learn in the parking lot yelling at somebody,
What is it?
what is it? I'm assuming somebody didn't recycle.
Oh. Yeah. Yes.
Is that a club
Wait a minute.
dead seal in the back of your car?
Yeah. Damn right. man.
What is she getting into a fight about?
This is hard because I know that there is a little part of you that has that, like, Southern Illinois, I will cut a mofo.
You've seen it.
I've seen it. It's
Yeah.
in there.
You saw it at Copper Fire a couple
I did.
months ago.
I did. Somebody was being obnoxious, and I saw a fire in her eye. And in fact, so enough of a fire when she was in the right. This lady was being very demanding of time and space. And I was like, I leaned over to Michelle Smallman and said, yo, is Lern about to punch a bitch outside Copper Fire?
And what?
Because it looked like I saw her ball her little fist up, dude, and half cock the arm.
Like
where
Arthur.
I was like, whoa, it's about to go down. And I'm here for it. Streets of Belleville. There's blood on the
midnight.
streets of Belleville tonight. And Lern's spilling it.
And so what was she doing?
This woman was a Casey listener, and she was being overzealous with my time, like too much. Like I had given her plenty of time. We'd had the whole thing. We had the selfie. We had everything.
Right.
There was a homeless woman who was by us, and she was very sweet. And this woman was trying to she was talking to Michelle and I. She knew who both of us were. And Michelle was in town from New York, so I only had like
Michelle
a couple
Smallman,
hours to see my friend. And so we're all hanging out. And honestly, I had been at Copper Fire for an hour. I'd done the gamut, like selfies with everybody, time.
Sure.
Now we're having just a quiet moment off to the side. This homeless woman is talking to us. This drunk woman keeps interrupting, pushing people out of the way, up in my face.
She was grabbing you.
Yeah,
she was grabbing
touching
you.
me.
touchy,
It was. She was checking every box, and I had to get authoritative and be like, "We're done. We're done. Please, can you
did,
please
too.
leave?" Like,
I was
Please
proud of
vacate
her,
the
dude.
premises.
I was like, good for you. Because she was like, she set a hard boundary. The lady still didn't absorb it,
Yeah.
but she did go away.
Oh, she did.
Thankfully.
Okay.
She was like, I've given you a lot of time. You're being very rude right now. This conversation's over. And then she was like, okay. She just
Yeah, she probably won't remember.
she wandered off into the night. So
Go bother somebody else.
that's right.
So what do I picture you are getting into like a big argument about? Rafe, what do you see?
I see. I think, or I could any kind of. The easy answer here is if you saw someone mistreating an animal, I think you would flip out.
Yeah.
I don't think it's in your DNA to not say anything about that. But I think the most likely situation is I think it's some of that Southern Illinois fire. I think it's somebody crossing a boundary
Okay.
Yep.
in a public situation because I saw you almost do it.
I see somebody invading your personal space,
Yeah.
and then you going nuts.
Yep.
I think that's pretty much the only thing I see you yelling at somebody about.
Okay.
Touching you, getting all up in your business, and then you going off.
My threshold for that is wide, though, because I've talked about it on the show before. People like hugging me and picking me up and all
I
sorts
know.
of stuff.
You know,
but
like not.
It's
It could be
day
a
to
not
day.
today.
but yeah,
day to day.
It's day to day.
Not today.
That's so true.
Like
Not
that.
today.
Not today. Yeah.
What do you think she's arguing about?
Oh man, I have to be honest. And this is not a bad thing. I think you have probably the highest chance of violence
Okay.
Yes.
on the street.
Agreed.
Is this butthurt?
Agreed.
in the group
Butthurt.
for various reasons. And because of that, and because it's probably a more day-to-day thing, I would have no clue. I would really be like, oh, God, I got to go in there and defend her. I have no idea what I'm about to defend. But, I need to get in there and help.
So just anything.
I'm not saying
Well,
anything.
and-
I'm saying, I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Because I think it could be a personal space thing. I think it could be something from the past that somebody came up and it kind of pushed a button. Said something really.
And I think I
Over
speak
the
for both of
line?
us here, Moon. If somebody ran up and said, "Hey, Lern's fighting somebody outside,"
Oh,
I would
all-
send Rafe down.
We'd all sprint.
He would already be down
I
there.
would send Rafe down,
He
and
would
I would
feel-
video out the window.
We'd
He
all
would feel
sprint
that
to you.
something is wrong and just be there.
That's right.
Yeah, we'd all sprint to you, but I think it could be
My hillbilly sense would be tingling.
Ooh, something's going on with Lern.
Hey, I think somebody's about to get into a
The
brouhaha.
Southern Illinois Batman light would go up in the
Brouhaha.
sky, and Rafe would already be down there.
for
How do you know?
for likely reasons or for very obvious reasons, I feel like you have to be much more in a defensive position, and therefore you're a little bit it's a shorter fuse, as it probably should be. You know
My
what I'm saying?
so ill senses a tingling.
My blade toe's tingling.
I'm just saying, if somebody comes up offensively rushing you, you should have a shorter fuse because you're the smallest of all of us. You know what I'm saying? You just have bigger worries than we do when you're in a parking lot in the dark or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think rightfully so. I think there's a bigger list of things that should
Scott,
set you
yeah.
off.
Okay.
I can
Scott,
see
what
you
did you
also
find
getting
about?
angry if someone catcalled, but not necessarily catcalled you, but if it was you were with your sister or someone like that, I can see you getting really annoyed with them and you want to protect her.
Okay.
How about if somebody catcalls and you think it's for you and it's for somebody else?
Oh,
And then I'm
God.
offended, and I'm mad that it wasn't for me.
Yeah, now you yell.
Oh, well, thank you. No, that's not for you. Oh.
You walk past a construction site and they say nothing.
Yeah.
Do you want to know
Excuse
what?
me.
I think he got the shortest fuse, and I think Rafe touched on something. I think he got there's something in you that wants to fight. Every
Okay.
once in a while, it seems
Interesting.
you have something where you're just like, I need to punch something.
You know, aside from the incident at the hockey rink last year, the last time I really got nuts
Yeah.
was at a Hot Shots during it was a burger eating contest that Jeff and I were hosting, and it was during the day, and a guy was in there cursing. I mean, cursing up a storm
Oh yeah, in front of the kids.
in front of kids, and I went, "Hey, dude, enough with the F word." Mm-hmm. And then he said, "You want to go outside?"
We'll go outside.
And I go, "Yep, yep,
Damn.
let's go." Fully expecting Jeff to step in. He did not.
Okay. Well,
Nice.
You got this, buddy.
Let me know how it goes.
He did not.
I'll save
And,
your seat.
and I said, okay, I guess we're going outside. Damn it. This guy was significantly bigger than me.
You just kept saying it in Jeff's earshot. Yeah, I guess I'm going to head out
Get
then.
out there.
Jeff,
Hear
this guy
that,
wants
Jeff?
to go outside.
Guess I'm going to go all by myself outside with this
He
huge guy.
did nothing.
Yeah.
And somebody from Hot Shots
He was like, hug a tree, buddy. Have
Oh
fun.
my God.
And I go, Jeff,
Where were you?
oh, you wanted me to do something? Yeah. What are you
I
doing,
like
buddy?
that.
I was counting how many T-shirts we had.
Yeah, it's not
That
my-
was his answer.
Well,
my fight.
Those need to be counted.
Yeah.
So he always needs to know how many shirts you had on site.
Jeff,
so.
of all people,
I didn't sign up for this.
of all people who was so he hated when adults cursed around kids.
Yeah.
Hated it. If I ever said I cursed around my kids, and sometimes
That's
I do have
funny.
a potty mouth around my kids.
He wouldn't talk to you for a day.
Yeah, he'd be upset,
He was bummed.
Didn't know
at you.
that.
bummed out. What kind of parent are you? I don't know. Do my best, Jeff.
Do you want to know what Tim said?
Yes, I do.
All right. So I asked
All right.
him.
Yeah, what's the question?
I said, if somebody told you they saw me arguing with somebody in the street, what would you assume I would be arguing about? And he said, they were being mean or disrespectful to someone and you were calling them out.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
And that's what your husband thinks of you.
Right.
That's kind of
Yep.
in the same vein.
Yeah, all of you
That's
are.
what your husband thinks of you.
It's funny.
And that's nice. That's sweet.
Moon talking about me having a short fuse is interesting because I don't have a short fuse necessarily with myself, but if you want to see the fuse get real short, come at somebody I care about or
Yeah.
somebody or literally just anybody else. Like, I mean, I really have always had a problem with that. So, and that is where the fuse is short. I can take a lot. Like that woman that was at Copper Fire who's driving me nuts. I always have it in the forefront of my mind. Public figure, I'm representing the station. I always have that veil. But, you know, I would never physically hurt anybody like that. But if somebody was touching my sister or
All
something,
bets are off.
all bets are off.
Yeah.
I don't care if I get fired. I'm out.
All bets are off.
Yeah. So that's where the short fuse is.
And
It's
you
with
know,
other people.
you should feel good that your husband.
What?
I said you should feel good that your husband thinks that of you.
Yeah.
'Cause If
Yeah.
you want to know, if somebody really knows you, ask that question to them.
Okay.
What did your wife?
She responded.
She responded with?
Kind of interested in your guys' answers
Our takes
first.
on you?
Yeah.
On you?
Yeah. If you saw
I
me,
thought
out
you
in
said
this-
you weren't fighting.
Well, I mean, I'm going to try to diffuse.
I'm
any
assuming-
scenario without fighting.
I'm assuming it's. I would assume it is somebody has spoken ill of your family.
I'm picturing these, to be clear, before you don't tell. That's a good one.
Don't tell.
Don't tell what she said.
I've always, when you've painted this scenario, I assumed it's you arguing with a singular stranger on the street.
Yes.
So there's no defense of. I do think like saying something about your family. Yes, I don't think like I assume all of us would defend people we love. Do you know what I mean? So I'm taking that off the table.
Take it off the table. All right. Now let's something maybe a little pettier.
Something or just something that would be personal. Just him. You know what I mean? Like I think we would all probably be like if you said something about our kids or our wives or our spouses. I'm assuming we'd all flip our gourds.
I think it's if somebody criticizes you, you get
No, this dude
argumentative.
here's got a real problem with the way people drive in the parking lot.
You do have it. You do.
This dude
You're always
comments
at
all the
this
time.
window.
They're going the wrong way.
Yeah.
They're going through parking
Like, come on,
spots.
man, you
I
gotta
guess
go-
this is your
Yeah.
this
Why
is
you-
your parking
why you
lot.
gotta go so fast?
Yeah.
There's human beings.
His
walking
dream
around
is to
here.
have one of those deer stand things where you can sit out there in the parking lot.
Oh
and-
my God! Yes.
I think if
The moon tower.
Yeah. If he pulled
Park
into
too
a
close,
Target,
not in the lines.
Yeah, dude.
if he pulled into a Target and someone had like straddled 2 parking spaces like they do out here,
Oh, you can't control this guy.
somebody in a 4Runner like pulls
It's
forward
serious,
or
man.
parks like crooked to take.
Think about this. I was talking to my buddy Bill, and my buddy Bill said, "Dude, we should be having mandatory tests for driver's license every 2 years, no matter what age you are." And I said, "You know what, Bill? You're right." And he goes, "Think about this, dude." He goes, "You're a child. You're 15. You're 16 years old. You're a child. They make you take a test, and if you pass it with a C, they'll give you a license and say, here, for the rest of your life, try not to kill anybody."
Yeah.
That's basically what we do. That was a great point that he made that illustrates my worry about what we don't care about. This is a killing machine that we can get up to 100 and something miles an hour, and we're just willy-nilly tossing licenses out to kids and not caring. So,
I was
yeah,
thankful
I
they gave
probably
out
would
the
argue
C
about
ones. That was nice of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even have to pass it well. So my wife did respond.
Okay, well, what do you think? What do you think Moon's arguing about?
I said if somebody criticizes them, that you're going to get into, you'll push back.
What do you
on
mean
that.
I'm short?
What do you mean?
Criticizes me?
Yeah, like if somebody says
I'm taller
something
than
to you,
Riz.
Interesting.
like how you said, you asked if we think you're argumentative, and he said, yeah, on the show, and they're like, well, on the show, like you always have something to kind of throw back if somebody criticizes you directly. So that's what I'm thinking you're arguing about.
Scott, what is he arguing about?
I think the only way he would really get into an argument is if someone was to physically come up and either threaten or seem like they're about to attack him. I think otherwise he
This
would
is
sit
an
there,
argument.
It's like not worth my time.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
This is an argument. It's
Yeah,
not
but
necessarily physical.
I know, but I don't know. I think that'd be the closest.
Scott,
Or maybe someone
known
might
me
say
the
something about,
longest.
because not a lot of people knows, but the height thing's a little sensitive. So maybe
That's what I'm saying. I know he says I'm short, but I'm actually taller than Riz.
That's why I think if someone tussled his hair and called him sport, he'd be like,
It's on.
I literally have to beat your ass right now. I don't want to do this because I'm an advocate for peace and love. You, sir, have gone too far.
That's funny.
What'd your wife say?
My wife said, man,
My wife just wrote me, by the way.
she said, oh boy, well, I guess it could be anything from the ending of a TV show to a player you don't like on a soccer team. And then she goes, but it really would be about nothing actually serious because you would never do that in public.
She knows you
What do
though.
you mean? That's the right answer.
Here's
You
what
got-
my wife said.
Yeah. Oh God. Here we
You'd
go.
never do that in public.
I was just never, I mean, it's just not worth
At
it.
home, you'll
Like,
flip
I mean,
out.
it really is my job here to argue and us to like share like opinions in
Yeah,
an
yeah.
intense way. That's what our job is. But if anybody knows me outside of here, I'm shy, I'm a peacemaker, and it's just not worth it. Nothing drama is worth it. It's just not worth it.
Okay, my wife actually gave me 2 things.
Oh great.
Number one,
Great.
somebody called you stupid and you went completely nuclear.
Yeah, stupid is your bad word. That's your
Because
blasphemy.
you're not stupid,
That's
man.
right. That's what I said.
You're not.
wow.
Yeah, man, you're
Learn.
brilliant.
I think you're
Thank you.
intelligent. See? You're an intelligent
I
guy.
may
would
be a
get
number
you
of
high
things.
school.
Oh,
Stupid.
yeah.
Dude, I
didn't
totally
know
agree.
I'm
that.
totally
Learn.
kissing your ass this morning, but you are
No,
very
no, no, no.
intelligent.
That's not even it.
Dummy.
I know I'm a number of different things.
But that's not one.
Don't
not
call him stupid.
I'm not stupid.
No, I agree with Learn. I think she thinks that.
He
Can't
is.
sit here.
This is. You are the example of Marty McFly being called chicken.
Yeah, I get
You
triggered.
are, you are so Marty McFly when it comes to the word stupid.
Man, that's funny.
I don't know what that is. It's I don't know why that's such a triggering.
You saw Back to the Future, and
nuts.
you had to pick a word, and somebody called you stupid right around that time. And
Yeah, somebody
you
gave
don't
you
want
a
to be called
imprinted on
nickname.
me.
stupid.
Yeah, somebody gave you a nickname in like first grade that you don't even remember happening.
And that's the funny thing about the short thing. Like, that's a funny joke that we have here. I've been called short since I was in kindergarten. You think I'm not used to this?
Right.
You think I'm
It
not used to
doesn't
this
hurt anymore.
criticism?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with turning it into a positive. Same with the voice. Like,
also
make fun of
killed
my voice.
4
I've made a
men.
living with it for 22
You have
years.
a great voice, Moon.
And also, my wife said, and I think she's trying to articulate this. She said she just woke up, so a lot of this is gibberish. That somebody pulled forward into a parking spot, like from the back end.
Oh, like pulled through.
Pulled through.
That upsets you?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, that's weird.
That's just
So they get
convenience.
easier out?
If you're getting ready to pull in,
Yeah.
yeah,
okay.
I've
Well,
had
yeah,
someone do
that's-
that.
I'm
and it
getting ready to
does.
pull in,
Well,
and
that's
then
an
somebody.
accident. That's typically an accident.
That's
somebody
just
saw,
timing.
yeah, somebody saw the thing and they go through and they go, oh, shoot, sorry. There's a spot on the other
You
side.
better back it up then.
Back that thing up.
I could see getting hot over that.
See, parking.
Parking.
I told you,
Nailed it.
Parking.
Yeah. I wouldn't like get out, but I wouldn't like it. I think you'd get out.
Any of your ladies?
Yep,
Okay.
my lady wrote back.
All right, Scott.
Let's
What's
wait,
Scott?
go-
I
yeah.
want to know what Scott's arguing about with somebody.
You really are such a peaceful person that I'm
Is it
having
that
a hard
Jesus
time.
is not
Take it
our
back.
Lord and
Take it
Savior?
back.
No, not even that. Like, I'm agnostic, and Scott and I have had many conversations about religion, and he's always so sweet, and we're both so respectful of each other's beliefs. But
I got something to say to you. Jesus is not our one true Lord and Savior. Well, now you've
Well,
gone too far.
Oh, buddy.
he clicks the gun. No, you know, I think it would be something with your lady, to be honest. I think that if somebody said something disrespectful to Allison, you would have words. I think you would really stand up for your lady.
This man has a road rage problem.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
He does?
I can't,
yeah.
I can't see it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
now I will never
Yes.
unsee it.
Whoa, dude. Imagine that. Just imagine those shocks of red, hellish red hair.
I'm sorry, Scott.
Coming up to your, it's like that, you know that guy punching the window?
Like,
It's just King Scott, like,
sorry,
and he
dude.
can't break it because he's so peaceful. He's like mad, but he won't hit
I'm
the window.
sorry.
I want to break my knuckles.
Yeah.
to
I don't
prove a
believe in
point.
property damage, but I hate traffic.
Yeah.
I
I'm going
can't
to prove
see it
a
at
point
all, man.
today.
I'm a tiny arguer and you're violent on the road. This is what we have painted.
hey,
I love
painted.
it.
I don't know.
Well, you know
Painted
what's
nothing.
good is my wife has helped me out too. She said, "You pulled over because they cut you off and are arguing about driving." No, she said, literally, I can't imagine you arguing about anything on the side of the street, or maybe about the existence of Bigfoot. So I got in an argument about
can see that.
some conspiracy theory.
That's cute.
And I got to defend those things that aren't
Hell yeah.
real.
He didn't have road
So,
rage.
even in
he's,
a
he's just so vocal.
My wife immediately knew something.
Right.
He's from Springfield, man. He was raised in
We
Springfield.
got to honk horns.
And they honk their horns and they talk to they yell at everybody.
Not your wife can't even picture in a hypothetical you getting into an argument with somebody.
No, I think. I don't know. I'm sure maybe she's
How
being nice,
beautiful
but I
this
think
man is. Okay, he's the sweetest, most lovely person. Like I
think
can't
Lern
see it.
nailed it. It'd probably be something with family or something like
Yeah.
that. But
Somebody-
she's
somebody-
never seen me. I don't know because
and that would be so foreign to see you like lose it.
because
You know what
kind
I'm
of
saying?
also my problem is you take a step outside and you look so silly,
Right.
and I just don't want to look that silly. So I'm like, I'm good.
Somebody put King Scott becomes Jack Nicholson behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Well, it's a
you
movie
want to
where
get nuts?
yeah, where he goes and get the
He's
golf.
Michael Keaton. Yeah.
Let's get nuts.
Somebody emailed in that you'd be arguing over whether a sandwich was too moist or too dry.
Yeah, man. Jimmy John's bread.
I will
Let's hear
take the
it.
Yelp for that.
That's right. He has an outlet for that.
I will Yelp. that. I know. Listen, if you want to know if somebody really knows you, ask them that question. If somebody told you they saw you arguing with a stranger in the street, what would you immediately assume you were arguing with them about? That is a window into what they think of you.
What do you think of Rafe?
What is Rafe arguing about?
Yeah.
Somebody probably slathered barbecue sauce on the pork steak to hide the
Not a bad.
That'll get me there quick.
to hide the fact that they don't know how to truly cook a pork steak.
Yeah.
I wander into people's backyards at barbecues and just argue.
I'm telling you,
Who's this stranger arguing with my husband? at
Rafe
the
is
grill?
arguing with somebody because they are telling him, almost like mine, how to do his job.
I agree.
Because I've heard you say, oh, a guy who's been doing, stand-up for 3 months is now giving me notes.
I did it one time and he keeps
Yeah, but-
talking about it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just take the note and laughed. It's inexperience. We've all had cringe moments with with comics where you're trying to be part of the club too soon.
Yeah.
I'm sure Greg Warren would say the same thing. Like everyone, like Sean O'Brien has a story where he's like, I emailed Bill Burr. It was like, in like month 3, and he was like, My comedy's a lot like your comedy, and I think we'd be a good fit. You should take me on tour. And he's like, I met the guy and was like, please just don't remember me. Please tell me you never opened the email.
What about you blasted a heckler?
Yeah,
That's
I don't love
different, though.
hecklers. Yeah, I don't love that. I usually ignore them. I'm not like I don't like roast the audience, really. That's not really my bag. But if someone's being super rude, I would definitely. I have no issues.
Yeah, rudeness. I mean, because I remember like early on in the show, you talking about you and Tina were up in, I think, Chicago, and some guy was heckling her, and you stepped in. I think you punched that guy in the face.
I was on the street.
Oh,
that guy was
street.
like, that guy cocked his fist back like he was going to hit her.
Yeah. So that to me is like you will get involved.
Oh, yeah.
with the
Swamp
people you
Justice will
love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not proud of it, but it'll happen.
I'm curious as to what Tina's going to write you back. See,
She
she
wrote
gets
me
up,
something back.
when
And
she gets
then
up at noon.
No, she did write something back, and then I was like, could you be more specific? And then I saw that she read it, and then saw that she ignored it. And then I said, thanks a lot.
Now you're yelling.
And then she said, sorry, I fell asleep, dude. I don't know. And I said, wow, everyone else's spouses have already responded. And she's like, I'm thinking, dude, I was asleep. And I go, forget it. We're moving on. Lol. She said, I'm sorry, and sent a bunch of Z's, and I said, useless.
I love it.
That's about right.
So
Bowl.
this was the stealing your stuff.
Just so you guys know, so Rafe's girlfriend Tina was on Channel 2 yesterday.
Yeah.
She was on the morning show.
Yeah.
And plugging the Flyover Festival, the comedy festival, which is coming up with Jeff Ross and who else is playing that?
Janelle James, Sheng Wang, also Shane Torres, Catherine Blanford. We got all kinds of headliners. We got Convoy coming in from the Upright Citizens Brigade. We got all kinds of cool stuff.
And when is it?
November 9th through the 11th.
Okay, so it's a big deal. It's a big comedy festival that I know you're a part of organizing.
I'm a producer on it, yeah, and you can go to flyovercomedyfest.com, shameful plug, and get wristbands today. And you get a wristband, and they're cheaper right now, and you can go to there's 4 shows, there's like 300 comedians over 3 days, 36 stages. You can go to every show with a wristband.
So Tina was on Channel 2 yesterday.
Yeah.
Which I didn't mention this on purpose yesterday was Talk Like a Pirate Day, which we do not celebrate on the show.
No, we do not.
So Timmy Zell, who I think is a wonderful man, just a nice, who said he's a youth pastor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's the wacky guy that does the stunts on Channel 2 in the morning, kind of lighthearted stuff. So this man is in a pirate costume interviewing your lady. Like they're on a couch, a serious studio, sit down, Channel 2 morning show interview. Tina's talking about the Flyover Festival and all these comics are coming to town. And she's being interviewed by a guy with a hook hand and a pirate costume.
He didn't put that thing down for nothing. That hook was out.
He had the hook hand on.
Yeah, I think he shook Tina's hand with the hook.
Sweet striped, the black and red striped.
Like one of the Lost Boys.
Kind of, what are they called? Pantaloons? Or something like?
Pantaloons. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was a Halloween thing. I didn't know that yesterday was Talk Like a Pirate Day. That makes it even sadder.
Well, I didn't talk about it because I don't want to encourage that kind of behavior. Anyway.
Yeah, you got a weird thing about that.
Yeah, don't love it.
Okay.
All right, whose side are you on here?
She said she did answer me.
Oh, she did? Oh, okay.
She said stealing your stuff. And I go, what is it? I don't know what that means. I guess she assumes that if I know what she's basing this on is I caught a guy breaking into my car outside of a Quick Trip, and I pimp slapped him one time. And she's been hanging on to that for a while. I was like, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Is that a backhand?
Just an open hand, overhand, like really, like if John McEnroe served type situation.
Oh.
It was at the Quick Trip on Van de Venner and the one by the Improv Shop. What's those streets? Van de Venner and Choto?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's kind of a rougher Quick Trip. It's not a great, but I was pulled in the side, and it was my Jeep, and my door doesn't lock because I got a 96 Jeep. And plus, like, who's breaking into a 96 Jeep? But I had, like, my book bag, my backpack in there, and I just went in and grabbed, like, a soda, and on my way out, there was a guy going through the passenger side of my Jeep, and I caught him in the act of pulling out my book bag or whatever, and I kicked my door, which kind of crumpled him up against the Jeep. And then when he stood up, I just gave him a good slap.
Oh, man. With those big, meaty
I
hands
did,
of yours.
because I didn't know. I couldn't tell how old the person was.
Yeah, look
I was
at
like,
Rafe.
is this a
Ever seen
kid?
Rafe's hands?
Here.
They're like
Yeah.
cinder blocks. Like the Moon and I
Fred
have
Flintstone hands.
Moon and I have very dainty hands.
Fred Flintstone hands.
The piano hands.
Yeah, look at these hands.
You have dexterous hands.
Look at these hands.
Yeah, your hands are like my hands.
Yeah.
I got little
I have very feminine hands.
Yeah, you
People
got
talk
cute
about my
hands,
hands like
Riz.
I got little baby hands, which is offensive to me. Like Kristen Wiig in SNL when she's
Oh,
got
those
the
are-
little doll arms.
Those are awesome.
They'll make her flip out.
Rafe's sausage hand, sausage fingers.
Yeah.
Hands. Yeah, there you go.
I got long piano hands.
Not me. No piano here.
Yeah. I think it's Andrew on email says, hey, if somebody runs up and says, Rafe's arguing with somebody on the street, you look at it, you go, chances are that's Tina.
Why would you do this?
All right. Just scenario. I'm going to paint the scenario here. And this is a tough one. And it has to do with cats.
Okay. I'm
'Cause
ready.
I was going to say maybe Lern is arguing about cats with somebody. Maybe somebody doesn't like cats and you're defending cats to this person. I don't know.
It's okay. If you don't like cats, that's okay. I didn't like them either, and now I have two. So.
Okay. I want you to pay attention to the details here. Back in 2013, a woman in Wichita, Kansas named Carol Holmes adopted a black and white cat and named him Bob.
Okay.
Okay, Bob
Bob the cat.
from Wichita back in 2013. A year later, Bob the cat wandered off, gone, vanished. Now, 10 years later, Bob turned up 1,200 miles away
What?
in North Carolina.
And we know this because of the chip, I'm
Yep.
assuming?
But his name is Maui now. Oh. So
He changed
Bob
it?
is now Maui. Bob now lives in North Carolina. It turned out a different woman in Kansas named Alexander Strait found him in Kansas.
Okay.
At first you think, oh, he wandered all the way to now. He
Sure,
did.
sure.
Bob was lost in Wichita. A woman named Alexandra found him, took him in, thinking he was a stray. Brought Bob, now Maui, with her when she moved to the East Coast.
How much time in between here? Like, how does it say anything about how long the Bob was owned by the first human?
Bob was owned for a year.
Enough
A year.
time for this a-hole to not go to any sort of vet for this cat, where the vet would then scan a chip. and
Hang on a
go,
second, though.
Hey, this isn't your cat.
No, I'm not talking about the woman who moved him. So he was with his first human for a
Bob
year.
was adopted by Carol.
Okay.
A year later, Bob runs away.
Yeah, this stray has
Okay.
a really nice collar.
So then a year. Okay. So then how long has it been that the second human has had Maui?
Alexandra found Bob when he was a stray, took him in,
He wasn't a stray.
Yeah, she didn't take him to get
thinking he was a stray.
thinking he was a
Right.
stray.
Thinking he was a stray.
Right.
Right.
Because strays always have nice collars.
Thinking he was a stray. Brought him with her when she moved to North Carolina. He got scooped up a couple weeks ago after somebody else saw him walking around and thought he was a stray again. And the microchip, because Bob was chipped, showed that he was registered to Carol in Kansas.
Okay.
So, and that was 10 years ago.
Damn. Oh.
So Bob was recently found, now Maui. Remember, 10 years ago, Carol lost Bob.
Right. She probably had to go through all the grieving of
Alexandra
my cat's
took
dead.
him in, moved
Yes.
to North Carolina. Bob, microchipped, showed he was registered to Carol. Now there's a custody battle going on.
How? It's Carol's cat. This is Carol's
Some people
cat.
think Carol should get him back.
If Carol wants him,
Others think Alexandra should get to keep him
if Carol wants him,
because she's
Carol,
had him
Carol.
longer.
Longer.
Yeah, 10 years. She's
Yeah,
had
she
him.
stole it.
She's had it for
Carol's
10
cat.
years.
If I steal your car and I have it for longer than you had it, it's my
mine.
car?
Yeah, she flat out stole the cat. She could have found any help to see where it
I'm
belongs,
torn
posted
here.
pictures.
Because this is Clover, all right? Clover was a stray in Mascoutah who I took in. I did take her to the vet to make sure she didn't have a chip and to get, spayed and all that. But if I would have found out, like when I found her and if they're like, oh, microchipped, I would have given her back to the rightful owner that week, right? Like it would have happened
Sure,
that
yeah.
week. But if somebody saw Clover on one of my Facebook posts and was like, hey, did you find that cat in Mascoutah like 7 years ago? And I was like, yeah. They're like, oh my God, that's my daughter's cat. now I have her microchipped. I've done everything for this cat. I've had her for 7 years. If somebody tried to take my Clover right now, hell no.
Yeah, but
The
that's
fuse is short.
but that's
Dude, don't get her going. She's going to swing on one of us. Let's change the subject.
it's a different scenario, flat out, because this person took care of this cat. Obviously, got it chipped. So got it chipped in the shots and all that kind of stuff, and did everything. And it's a wanderer. Bob's a wanderer.
Bob's a wanderer.
Hey,
Bob's a wanderer.
Bob's been known to get about town.
Clearly, Bob's still wandering 11 years later.
Yeah.
His legal name's Robert.
The fact of the matter is, the person that moved states and took an animal that they didn't take into a vet to see if it was chipped or any of that kind of stuff, that is, come on, man. That's like, that's
through,
immoral. That's
by the way,
immoral.
this has gone through the system, and I have the answer as to what
Happens?
what the court decided.
Oh, no.
If it's anything but
Here's
giving the cat
the
back
dilemma.
to Carol, this is crazy town.
Does Carol do what's right? Does Carol feel like she doesn't want to disrupt Bob's life?
Oh, it's hard to say that that's what's right or not.
Well, I tried to walk that back. But thank you for calling me out.
I didn't
I
realize you were
said it,
walking
and then I
back.
tried to immediately recant and walk it back.
Sorry, dude. I'm
Thank you for
curious.
noticing.
I'm so curious as to what happened here.
I was just like, I don't know what the right thing is, but I'm like, there is that question should be asked. Like, is the right thing Carol taking the cat, rehoming the cat 10
Right.
years later, if the cat was happy and has just got out of the house and was walking around the neighborhood and is being treated well and not, I mean, it's been getting taken care of for 10 years. Is it right to like disrupt that cat's this late in its life and bring it back to the Midwest? It's also East Coast living, you know? That's pretty nice.
North Carolina, everybody's moving there.
You know?
Everybody's moving there.
It's a hot state.
What happened? Tell us what the court
Well, I'll tell
decided.
you right now, the shelter's holding on to the cat and held on to the cat until a judge made a ruling on this.
Right.
Scott, who gets a cat?
I'm going to say the current owner of it.
So Alexandra keeps the cat in North Carolina.
Yeah, although I don't want that ruling.
Wow.
I think that's what's going to happen.
The thief? Carol versus the thief. And you side with the thief?
Well, I'm not siding. I think
She's
the
not a
judge is
thief.
going to do that.
I don't know if she's a thief.
She's a.
Well, wait. You
the cat
found
came to her. It's not like she went and stole the
Well,
cat.
this is the
the
problem
cat
they're
came to
having on
her
the
with
rivers.
a tag that she refused to check. We all know about the chip system. We all know, and if you're taking care of an animal, you take it into a vet, and the first thing the vet does is go, boop, chipped it.
Yeah.
You know,
I go,
like,
oh, my lucky day, free cat.
Because this is an issue they have down in the Current River and all these places. People find these stray dogs, and they take them back to Springfield or St. Louis or something like that, and they can't find the owner, so they keep them. But they're obviously living on the land there, just playing in the, running down by the boats. And
Yeah, like farm
come
dogs.
back. Yeah.
we have a system for this. It's the chip system. This person decided to ignore that for whatever benefit or for whatever reason, and ignorance of the law is no excuse. There's
Well-
a reason for all that.
I will tell you that the cat is going back to Kansas.
Yay!
the
Girl.
original owner.
Yeah,
Justice for Carol.
Yep, that's a win.
Carol's getting the cat back.
Does she get back
Damn.
pay?
Carol is getting the cat back.
I mean, that's devastating for everybody. I mean, so I'm excited for Carol because she
That's the
probably
right
missed her
move.
cat, but
That's the right move.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
10 years.
She now has an
After 10
elderly
years.
cat to take care of.
She gets the expensive one.
Congratulations, Carol.
Maybe Carol would say, like, hey, you know what? You've had this cat for 10 years. It's imprinted on you.
Yeah, that would be her choice. I can see that.
That would
being
be
a
her
reasonable
choice, but it should be her choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I think
Yes.
you take each person out in the yard and you make them stand at opposite ends
Yes.
of the lawn.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
You drop Bob in the middle,
Oh.
Where does he go?
or Maui, or whoever,
Let him pick.
and
Well-
Bob makes the call.
Yeah.
Good.
Come
King Solomon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what?
Justice.
Judge Judy would have done that. Judge
Carol's
Judy
going,
would
come
have
here,
made them
Bob.
come to
Put-
court.
yeah.
And the other woman's going, come here, Maui.
Right.
Put the cat in Tennessee and see which direction he starts
And then
walking.
he just walks out into the neighborhood and he's like, you can't control Bob.
Bob the
Then he runs
Wanderer.
away.
Bob isn't here to be owned.
I hate both of these names.
Yeah, Bob's been wanting to live somewhere else anyway this whole time.
Robert lives in the streets.
Yeah, did anybody ask Bob Maui?
Bob,
No.
Bob Maui's a Louisiana cat.
No, nobody
10
asked
years
Bob
old.
Maui.
I mean, in cat years, he should be making his own decisions. I don't know if cat years and dog years are the same, but they got to be similar.
Similar.
Bob Maui's like, I hate all of yous. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he ran away from Carol, and he ran away from the other woman.
Yeah.
was like,
he just wants to
man,
live with a
hate
man.
all you.
dude.
These women try to hold Bob down.
I'm sick of watching The Notebook, and she's crying on me every night. I'm
Bob's
sick
a
of it.
player. Bob's not a one-woman cat.
Justin says 10 years ago the chip wasn't a big thing.
That's not
Really?
true.
Yeah, it was big back then because it got introduced. St. Louis was the first city in the U.S. to introduce that.
Yeah.
It was in the
My
early
childhood dog was
mid
chipped.
90s.
I
or
think
something.
people lose track of 10 years ago.
Right.
There was like 10 years ago in the 90s. 10 years ago was 2013, dude. Chips were a
There's a
thing.
bunch of people. This 10 years ago, Moon, it was more expensive to chip animals, so it was a lot less frequent.
There's no, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you know what else
They
is
didn't
crazy?
We were broke sons of teachers, and our childhood pets had
Yeah.
chips.
Do they check that at the vet? Because 10 years, I'm like, 10 years, no one scanned that animal?
Well, why? That's why it's asking. Alexandra's not a good owner. Has she not taken that cat to the vet for 10 years?
That's what I mean.
They
Like,
don't
we-
scan the dog
we
every
took
time
the-
I bring the...
Right.
Oh, I think they do.
They do?
My dog went to the vet yesterday. I'm sure she got scanned.
They do? Both my dogs are chipped. I don't think... I've been in the room. When they examine the dog, I've never seen a wand go over...
I think when you go to a new vet, they register it. Like I just switched vets and they scanned my cats to put that microchip, on their chart.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen that done.
The fact that the cat was chipped, that says it all. That's it. Like, I mean, obviously the judge feels the same.
All right, so cat's going back to... Cat's
Carol.
going back to Carol.
The
All
wa-
is right with the world.
the
Again,
wanderer.
nobody asked Bob Maui, which I think that's justice not served.
Maybe they did.
Here's another situation.
Okay.
I want you to tell me how the judge ruled on this one.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Judge Riz Show.
And now this is Australia, so maybe their rules are a little different than ours.
Well, they're just
Okay.
upside down and go in a different direction.
Flush them back.
Guy in Australia has sued a hospital, the hospital where he watched his wife deliver a baby via C-section back in 18, claiming it caused him, quote, a psychotic illness.
Okay.
So the new dad filed the lawsuit after it was a successful C-section, and he said that the experience led to a breakdown of his marriage. Not the fact that his wife had any complications or anything, the fact that he saw it.
Huh.
In the documents, he says he was encouraged and permitted to observe the delivery. That in the course of doing so, he saw his wife's internal organs and blood. Additionally, he claims that the hospital breached the duty of care it owed to him and is liable to pay him damages.
God.
He's looking for, now he's suing the Royal Women's Hospital in Melbourne and the amount of 1 billion Australian dollars.
Wow.
Wait, how much?
Every man listening's like, okay, taking notes.
1 billion Australian dollars.
What's that? 3 Fosters and a boomerang? We don't know. What's that mean?
I want 1 billion Australian dollars delivered to me in a kangaroo pouch.
dollars? Okay, here's...
And I want Paul Hogan to bring it to me.
That's $648,000 American.
642 million.
Oh, yes. Wait. No, I'm seeing.
1 billion Australian dollars.
Yes, you're right.
Is the equivalent to more than 642
You're right.
million US dollars.
They're dollars down a little bit.
So we all know what a C-section is. A C-section is the surgical delivery of a baby through an incision made in the mother's abdomen and uterus.
You passed out.
Healthcare providers use it when they believe it's safer for the mother and or the baby. Yes, I did turn white as a ghost, but they warned me, do not look.
Don't look over the curtain, Mr. Rizzuto. Please don't. Please stop it, sir.
And you couldn't help it.
There he goes.
Get a chair for, all I remember is get a chair for Dad. Dad's going down. And by the way, if I ever complain about my son's birth in any way, within earshot of my wife, and she's 100% correct to do this, she goes, do you know what they did to me?
Yeah.
Like, do you know they cut me open after 24 hours of labor, removed my organs, and then ripped the baby out?
Yeah.
And you turned white?
You sat down.
They gave you a chair? Go F yourself.
But
I
you
go,
didn't
"Honey,
have to see it, honey. Oh, really? It's different for guys. Is it?
And listen, there are a couple reasons, why a C-section might be performed. An abnormal fetal position, or in my son's case, his heart rate was slowing down. And of course, there are risks, associated with C-sections, infections, blood clots, damage to bladders and bowels. I mean, it's It's bad. Now, women are often permitted to have a partner or family member in the room as they have their C-section. For us, it was, we got to do this right now. Dad, put on these scrubs. We're doing this. We're prepping your wife for surgery right now. Sit at her head, like sit where her head, don't look over the curtain. Who's curtain?
Yeah.
Idiot.
But I want to.
So this guy says that he looked over the curtain and he says the hospital should have done more to prevent him from seeing what went on.
Get the
when they were
drywall
doing the
out.
C-section.
Build this wall. I don't want a curtain. Wall.
This is a strong argument he has.
So does this guy have a case? And the judge did rule. The judge did rule on this. This guy's looking for $1 billion Australian, 642 million US. What did the judge say in the case?
That
Again,
you
he's
are no longer allowed to have children. So.
claiming it caused him psychotic illness, breakdown of his marriage. You're saying the judge did what?
The judge threw it out.
Okay, judge, get the hell out of here.
I'm going to say threw it out. There's
Get the hell
no
outta here.
Precedent. No thanks.
Rafe, this is Australia. They get different rules down there.
Australia's awesome.
Real? I see a crocodile holding a gavel with like a little white wig on. Like that's their judge.
Jungle Book.
That's so ridiculous, man. Even down under.
Arbor says $1 billion dues.
Yeah. You sail out of court for 3 didgeridoos, 4 Fosters, and let's see, a kiss on the lips from Paul Logan. I think I'm going to say no, man. Even in Australia, that's too much. Especially, that's such a macho country. There's got to be like something like. They probably just shamed this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth just comes out of nowhere.
Scott?
I'm going to say that the judge knows it's ridiculous, so he's going to say, you know what, you won this, however, you don't get any financial, you don't win any money, but you get to pay everybody's bills for the time you wasted. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so you win.
Yeah, but you get nothing and you get to pay everyone's bills. So you're a champ. Good job, buddy.
Okay, just so you know, this man wound up representing himself in court.
Ah, of course.
Oh, well, I'm going to change my answer.
I'm sure.
I'd like to change my answer.
Did he have pictures? And
He
proof?
wound up representing himself in court
I didn't realize he had a crack legal team.
of himself.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised the lawsuit was not filed in crayon. No, the judge was like, get the hell out of here.
Well, the judge had a button
ju-
for that.
Yeah, the judge.
Get the f*** out of here, man.
More like,
Get the f*** out of here.
it was more
Get
like,
the f*** out of here.
probably that one. The hospital was like, no. The dad did not suffer any real injury because of a C-section he observed, a big baby. And the judge's like, no, dismissed the suit, calling the claim, quote, an abusive process. So thank you for wasting our time.
Mm-hmm.
Get the hell out of here. Go back in the root pouch and hop on out of here.
Yep.
Because that's how Australians get around.
That's right. They don't have cars. They have kangaroos.
They have kangaroos. That's what they do down there.
It's so cool down there.
All right. Thank you all. And it's brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor of Team Riz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Riz. From St. Louis, Brody Gormley is our Team Riz. Brody has been a fan of the Riz Show for the last 3 years, listens to both the live broadcasts and podcasts on a daily basis. Loves to catch his wife up on all the hilarious moments that take place each day, and she has become a fan of the show as well. What? Why do you laugh at that?
I wasn't laughing at that. My mom texted in. My mom. Did anyone else's mom text in about the what you'd get mad about question?
No.
My mom's like, Tina didn't answer, so I'll answer for my baby.
What did your mom say?
She said, you get worked up over stupidity and rudeness. Other than that, you're really a peacemaker, and you only build people up. Only time I saw you pile drive anyone was your brother for calling me the B word.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Mama Rafe.
I love it. Mama Rafe's using pile drive at 6 a.m.
Hey, when's her birthday? Is it coming up soon?
January.
All right.
Maybe.
Brody Gormley from St. Louis is our Team Riz Remember the Day. Super sweet Team Riz Remember the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with crap on celebrities. And, guys,
Yeah.
Who was the one that was saying there's some morning show that craps on St. Louis all the time?
Dude, I saw a tweet. I looked everywhere for this dude. I don't think I follow him. Maybe it popped up on my feed because I'm in radio or something, but it was some guy. If you guys can find it, some dude that lives in Defiance, Missouri was going off about like the Forest Park balloon race and how every radio person in St. Louis craps on the city, and I hope that they're getting their comeuppance because it's a record turnout. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man?
What are you talking about, man?
We love the city.
Love the city. And after the break, something positive about St. Louis. All right?
All right.
All right.
You
Yeah.
dick.
All right.
Take that.
You want to go out in the street and argue? Okay.
A piece of me.
7-Eleven
out there.
Wednesday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. There's still a lot of racing left in 2023 at WWT Raceway. NHRA Midwest Nationals are September 29th to October 1st. Get your tickets now. We got a stalled vehicle 270 northbound at McKelvey. There's also a right lane block due to a crash 70 eastbound just before Lambert International Boulevard, the air flight drive there. Your point forecast, a mild day with a chance for scattered light showers late day and evening. High of 80. Right now it's 62 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, Lern, what do you got for us?
JT teams up with a professional athlete to open a bar. Nicolas Cage may actually win an Oscar. Which beloved actor is retiring from acting? Maybe. And we trash another list, this time, the best Mark Wahlberg roles of all time.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. All that and more next in your Crap on Celebrities. Stay there. All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizShow at 1057thepoint.com. So I wonder if that, was it a Twitter thread from somebody in Defiance?
Yeah, I
Or
looked
a
for it
Facebook
yesterday.
thing? Some morning show speaking negatively about St. Louis. I don't know if that's about us. They never mentioned us specifically.
No, it wasn't. It was basically like all encompassing, all inclusive, like all these morning radio shows.
Listen, there are some people that
more
are just,
generalization.
There are some people that are just crazy defensive about it.
I understand that.
We've caught hell before. I remember years ago we had just it was like a news article. It just happened to be a news article about something that happened downtown. And when you said it, somebody spouted at us talking about how you're scaring people out of downtown. And you hate downtown.
Nuts.
And we're like, what, you literally read a news story. What are we supposed to do?
Listen, I think we're a champion of the city. I love the city.
100%.
I plan on living here probably the rest of my life. Well, until I retire.
well.
It's fine. They're hearing what they want to hear.
Until we go to Florida.
Until we move to Defiance.
But you know what, Lern?
What?
I'll love it here till I'm gone.
But you know what, though?
Give me the goods.
Florida is the St. Louis city of
There
America.
is.
Give me the goods right now.
When I say I may spend the rest of my life here, because what are my retirement plans?
Going to stupid Florida. I say stupid Florida.
Stupid Florida. Okay. A new report named St. Louis one of the top cities in the U.S. to retire to.
Dinger.
All right.
Right now. Ding, ding, ding. Outstanding.
All right.
And why is that, Riz?
So
Gotta be
choosing
cost
where
of living.
to retire, it's a big decision, right? It's a big decision. New research says that St. Louis is, their words, an intriguing destination for prospective movers and for people who already live here. So, research team for Consumer Affairs, which specializes in consumer and financial planning news, recently released a report naming the best and worst cities for retirement in 2023.
Is Florida anywhere on that list?
I do not have a Florida city in the top 5.
Okay, good.
Number 1 city to retire in.
Oh.
Congratulations. Oh, Lincoln, Nebraska.
What's up?
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Lincoln.
Are they taking into effect?
Nobody says they're retiring to Lincoln, Nebraska.
yeah.
Dude,
Well,
Nebraska's
I thought about it.
awesome. Omaha, I mean, go.
Let's go to Lincoln, Nebraska.
So cities were primarily ranked on financial and quality of life factors, including but not limited to cost of rent, food, utilities, transportation, weather trends, walkability, access to health care, and population of 65 plus.
Yeah, so no traffic there. You got the college.
Lincoln, Nebraska, huh? All right.
It's a cool
Lincoln.
little town.
Hi.
Is it just because people want to like just
I'm in
walk
Lincoln.
into the corn and die, or what's the
Yeah, put out
what's
the
appeal?
pasture, literally.
What's there to do? The reason that Florida is appealing for me personally, is access to the beach,
Dude.
the warm weather.
Yeah, but, and I know maybe not everybody believes in climate change, and that's cool. I don't care. But, like, they say Florida's going to be underwater here. By the
I've
time
got
you're ready to retire,
floaties.
the beach is going to be Lincoln, Nebraska.
I doubt that.
I've got floaties. Yeah, I mean, they got corn. They have things to drink. Probably.
By
made
the
out
time
of
I
corn.
retire, it's not
Hey,
going to be underwater.
I hope you're right. I really do. I want you to be right. But I'm just saying, don't buy property yet, all right?
Hey,
Get
man.
in your 60s.
I've already
and
got
buy
a down payment.
They
You
got a
do?
Nature
No.
center, a couple breweries, a couple grills.
Nobody
dairy
has ever said
store.
in the history of humanity,
The
I'm
hell-
retiring to Lincoln.
What the hell do you know about
Oh,
Nebraska?
dude, did you see what they have? The National
Nothing that
Museum,
anybody's interested in.
the National Museum of Roller Skating.
Of American Speed.
Yeah, I'm being honest. What the hell do we know about Nebraska? I mean,
Not much.
That state touches our
I
state.
know
and I
enough.
couldn't tell you nothing.
I know
Yeah,
enough to say
divines
nobody.
from
They got
I've
a
talked
quilt.
to a lot of
Hey,
people in my life.
They got a quilt museum in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Has anybody ever heard of anybody saying I'm retiring to Lincoln?
311 probably.
Yeah, Nick Hexum's there. You're going to be in the retirement
You think
home
they
with Nick
live in
Hexum.
Omaha
Nick Hexum
still?
lives in L.A., but like,
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
They don't
Going
live
back
there?
to Nebraska.
which LA is like Nebraska.
They're from Omaha.
Right, which is darn near Iowa.
Okay, so Lincoln, Nebraska, the number one, according to this Consumer Affairs report, number one place to retire in the U.S. Number two. St. Louis.
Yeah.
St. Louis, the number two city to retire to.
I love how we've been bumped by Lincoln, which you just destroyed. You just raked. Mm-hmm. Lincoln and Nebraska,
Now,
and we're on the same list.
Let's be honest.
It makes sense here.
Sure.
It don't make no sense
Why
in
does it make
Lincoln.
sense here and not Lincoln?
Well, it makes sense here because we're not in the middle of
Nowhere.
a cornfield.
Yes, we are. To the rest of the country, like we're
Come
no different
on,
than
man! Don't
What's the
let
name of
your
your
LA
comedy
friends
festival?
get in your head.
I'm not, come on, you've been enough places, you know.
We can drive to
it's-
Chicago.
We're a waterfront
have a
property,
river.
baby.
I'm just saying, zoom out a little
Sure
bit.
that
five
I am
hours
zooming out,
voices
and
will
again,
kill ya.
unless you live here, nobody is saying I'm retiring in
That's
St.
what I'm
Louis.
saying. Come on, man.
Oh,
Let's-
meet me in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're saying it.
Lincoln doesn't
In
got a song.
1904.
Yeah.
What
Well,
Good year.
Who do you think's retiring here?
Right. They love
That was
the
a
World's
huge
Fair.
hit.
Yeah.
Nobody is saying they're retiring to St. Louis.
Well,
Well,
Is this
Let's
is this
be
for people who
honest.
can't
here
afford
we
to
go.
retire
Let's
This
anywhere
be
guy's
else?
gonna
honest.
be tweeting again.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Here's what they write.
I think they will, and here's why I think it. Before you read that, here's my argument. I think people know this is a number one city for both entry-level jobs and retirees because it is, as far as a major metropolitan area, it is by far the cheapest in the country.
And that's what puts St. Louis, cost of living,
Cost
puts
of living
them
is
high
cheap.
up on this list.
And we have a
And
ton of
free
good
attractions.
hospitals.
We do a lot of free, like our zoo is free, Forest Park is free. There's a lot of cool free stuff.
Nobody's moving to a city because the zoo is free.
Yeah.
yeah.
But there's a ton of good hospitals.
I
There's
love it
a lot
here.
of
There's
I
a
get to
zoo
see-
head. I bet you there's a zoo head moving
I
here
can see giraffes for free.
every day.
Spend
I'll
the,
probably make friends with the keeper and everything.
Scott's making a great point. The hospitals here are like top notch, and that's a
Yes.
big deal. That's a
Yeah.
big,
yes,
big
that's a
deal.
big no. And it's the two big factors as to why St. Louis was number 2 on this list was cost of living. That situation is great, and number 2, the overall well-being of elderly people.
I do love.
There's a lot of old folks' homes.
I love.
Shout
this
out
town.
Delmar Gardens.
What's that?
Love this town. Born and raised. Moved back here. I got St. Louis tattoos and all that kind of stuff. But you have to admit, man, like if you zoom out, and the number one thing you're telling everybody about how awesome your city is because it's cheap. Let's work on everything. Let's work on some other things.
Well, but if you're on an income level where it's a fixed income, you want it to be cheap.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I get
So,
that.
yes.
But I'm,
you know.
I'm just saying, like boasting and bragging when you go around the planet and you go, oh my God, man, I'll tell you where I'm from. I'm from one of the cheapest ass places in the country.
yeah.
Well, you're not saying that.
And
but
if
as an
you're-
old person, you might. Like when you're when you are 80 and you are on your fixed income with all your cool tattoos, you're going to want to be doing more things that you enjoy, and here you can because it's more
Well, and
affordable.
I love that podcast, Revisionist History, and Malcolm Gladwell is
Yeah.
one of my faves. To hear him last night on a podcast refer to St. Louis as the murder capital of the Northern Hemisphere.
That's a bummer.
Yikes.
None of the old
Yeah,
people are
but-
murdering, though.
I love how it's the murder capital, and then you see our numbers, and they're not even close to Chicago or some of those other towns,
All right.
or some big cities in
Had a bad
Mexico
rap,
seem to
I
do
don't-
better than us. But no worries. Yeah, we're the
All good.
Northern Hemisphere, though.
Northern Hemisphere.
Mexico's northern.
Oh, yeah.
So here's what they write, Consumer Affairs. They say St. Louis offers great access to healthier foods and city walkability, and a higher percentage of seniors have taken advantage of clinical preventative services. St. Louis does have a higher crime rate and higher rates of physical inactivity compared with other top picks, but offers a significant number of accessible parks.
Yep.
Yep. Listen, I love it here, man.
And
I
we
love it
have Branson just a couple hours away. So
True. And all the old people go to Branson. That's their Hollywood.
Well, congratulations, St. Louis.
You have somebody out there.
I have somebody out there.
Oh, Courtney Landrum.
You have an album for him,
Oh,
Oh, okay.
and he's got some treats.
Oh,
What?
somebody brought us treats.
You know we're on the air, Courtney. Come here.
come on in.
We're talking
Come
about
on
St.
in.
Louis.
It's Courtney from down the hall.
hey, Courtney.
Yeah, our
Hi,
light's
Courtney.
broken.
What's your favorite thing
Oh,
about
our light's not on?
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't-
Oh, great. Somebody tell an engineer.
Somebody wiggle the bulb.
I'm not so rude as to interrupt your show.
What's your favorite thing
You
about St.
literally
Louis?
came in and interrupted the show.
I'm sorry. The light
I
wasn't on.
I motioned. I said, go ahead. I've got excited.
But I'm cool with it. I'm cool with
It's
it.
good to see you all.
It's nice to
I
see you,
love
Courtney.
seeing you.
What's your absolute favorite thing about St. Louis?
My favorite thing?
Yeah.
One thing. Like somebody from Canada is considering moving to the U.S. and they have all these cities to choose from, and you're like, you should move to St. Louis because
You really shouldn't.
Oh, maybe she's the morning show that they're talking about. Somebody, was it Facebook or Twitter? One of these things.
It was Twitter.
Some, morning shows in St. Louis
find
crap
it.
on the city. And did you see the balloon glow? How many people there were there?
No, I'm a homer for our city. I love our city. I love Cardinal baseball, day games.
That's what I said.
Day drinking at Fast Eddie's.
Day drinking. I think we embrace day drinking more than most.
Cracker
Yeah.
So I love all of that.
Well, I want to retire to Florida. And
yeah, that's what we said.
So
that's what we
gross.
said.
come on, why?
I'm a low country girl. South Carolina.
Yeah, that's better, man.
Yeah, beautiful, like Spanish.
I want to
Still
be near
have
the
the
water.
beach. There's a
Florida
beach
sucks.
I want to be
in
near
South
the water.
Carolina.
Hilton Head.
Yeah, Hilton Head.
Okay.
I gotta go.
Yeah, go.
Okay, bye.
I'm sorry I interrupted.
Listen to
No,
Courtney.
that's fine.
Great.
Thank you, Courtney.
Bye. We love you.
I love that she said go move to Florida.
said,
that
"I
made me
would
so
don't."
happy.
You see when she walked in, she's like, oh my God, are they on the air?
That was awesome.
Does our light not work
It
like that
doesn't.
we're
So-
on?
dude,
Can
sometimes
somebody
it does.
tell an engineer?
I
I
twist the
emailed
bulb
them.
every other day and it goes right back
It's
on.
got a janky wire or something because there's times I'll walk in and you guys are in a read and it won't be on. And I almost come in guns blazing.
Anyway, the third best city to retire to, Champaign, Illinois. Congratulations.
Okay. That's a good town, too.
College town.
That's where University of Illinois is. Okay, then you got Des Moines, and then El Paso.
Wow.
El Paso.
El Paso.
What? Why? You got any reasons?
I don't know.
They've had a big rehab, I guess, in the last few years.
El Paso.
El Paso is like super interesting, but
Yeah.
man, it feels crazy isolated, and it's on a border where there's a whole bunch of manufacturing going on the other side of the
It's in El
border.
Paso.
Well, if the wind blows a certain way, it's just nothing but like it smells like they're burning
Oh,
tires.
gas.
and
Not a
stuff.
fan of El Paso.
Well, I didn't say I wasn't a fan. I'm just saying it's an interesting place to tell people to move.
And by the way, there's another thing out. 2023's best and worst place to retire. This is according to that Wallet Hub that compares 180 U.S. cities across 45 key metrics. Tampa, Florida is their number one
As the worst?
as the best place to retire.
Oh.
Wow.
Tampa, Scottsdale, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Miami,
Oh.
Okay.
Casper, Wyoming,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Denver, Cincinnati, Charleston, Atlanta, San Francisco, St. Petersburg, Florida, Wilmington, Delaware, Minneapolis, Vegas, and number 49 is St. Louis.
Yo,
They forgot about
Wyoming's
Lincoln and St. Louis.
awesome. El Paso, though, dude. If Rafe, you ever been to El Paso?
Yes.
Briefly. I've had great experiences there with
It's a
the
cool
people.
town.
But is it? But I always feel
interesting. It's an interesting town.
it's
but I
very
like it.
interesting.
I like it.
It's like a really eclectic group, but at the same time, in the city, when you're just kind of going around, it feels like it's just like it's a rough place.
I just remember
Maybe
we went
for
to
an
a
old
movie
person,
theater
they
there.
like that
We were
style.
at a movie theater there, and some kid that worked at the theater saw that you were there, and he ran out to his car and blared your single at the time and kept driving around the parking lot to let you know that he knew who you were. I remember that in El Paso. That's
Never
pretty funny.
forget.
Never forget.
All right, today is September 20th. Back in the day, 1973, 50 years ago, Jim Croce and his lead guitarist, Moria Methelson, and 4 others died when their plane crashed into a tree while taking off for a concert in Sherman, Texas. Jim Croce was only 30. That's a big bad Leroy Brown.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah, he had some
Man,
bangers.
Oh, is he
'cause
Tom
he's-
in a bottle?
he's kind of like Gordon
Time in a
Lightfoot
bottle.
all that world.
Superman's cape. Don't
Operator.
mess around with Jim. Operator, beautiful song.
I'll have to say I love you.
New York's
in a-
Not My Home. Another beautiful song.
Trust me, it's a mustache.
Huge loss.
Yeah. 30 years old.
He had, for his short career, man, he had some.
And he was like a singer-songwriter kind of folk guy.
He's folk guy, yeah.
He was Gordon
Wrote
Lightfoot.
all his own stuff, yeah.
This guy passed away at 30?
Yeah.
I didn't know he
Plane
died
crash.
so young.
Time out. This guy passed away at 30.
Look at his
wrote
hips.
8
Look
million
at his.
songs. This guy.
I know. He looked older. Back then, everybody looked older.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you
Isn't
ever
that
see
wild?
like high school pictures from the 80s? Everyone looks 35 years old.
Yeah.
It's
I'd
crazy.
have popped this guy for 52 in this picture.
30 years old.
Wow.
30 years
Jim Croce.
old. Look at his greatest hits, though, man. You talk about some bangers at 30.
Yeah, that's
Got 'em
wild.
out.
The dude's
Lots.
awesome.
That same day that Jim Croce died, 1973, Billie Jean King opened a can of whoop-ass and beat the aging Bobby Riggs in straight sets 6-4, 6-3, 6-3 at the Houston Astrodome. They were played by Emma Stone and Steve Carell in the Battle of the Sexes movie, which is actually a pretty good movie. 47 years ago, 1976, AC/DC puts out their third record featuring the Naughty Ballroom hit, Big Balls, and the title track, Dirty Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap. 46 years ago, 1977, the episode Happy Days, where Fonzie literally jumps a shark, premiered. 39 years ago, 1984, The Cosby Show debuts. 39 years ago, that same day, Who's the Boss debuts on ABC. 32 years ago, 1991, Step by Step debuts on ABC. 25 years ago, 1998, after a record 2,632 games consecutively, Cal Ripken Jr. of the Baltimore Orioles sits out a game against the New York Yankees, getting his first day off in 16 years. And that's what happened back in the day.
Step by Step was a banger. That's a low-key sitcom banger.
That was
for
a
back
great-
in the
Suzanne
day.
That was a great
Summers.
one.
Suzanne Summers.
The
And,
song was good. The show was
Step
good.
by step.
Patrick Duffy.
day
Yeah,
by
the Duff.
day.
Kept that curly hair going well
Oh,
into
yeah.
the late 90s, dude. Kept that like the Bob Ross going for a while.
Yeah.
He was
Handsome
on
man.
Dallas, right?
Dallas was his big claim to fame. Yeah,
Yeah, he
Was
was
it
like
Bobby Ewing?
he was like a Channel 11 looking version of Michael Landis.
Michael Landon.
Oh, yeah.
Landon.
Michael Landon.
Yeah, Michael Landon.
Bob,
Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he just looked,
Patrick Duffy.
he just kind of reminded me of a Michael Landon character, but kind of out of the 70s instead of the 1870s.
that was part of that TGI Friday block.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It
That was the
Big.
best.
was a
Yeah.
good one.
All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest, brighthouseco.com, 636-600-0188. Jann Wenner, the co-founder of Rolling Stone magazine and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation, tried to do damage control following his negative comments last week in the New York Times interview. We discussed this yesterday. It took him all of 20 minutes to be kicked out of the board. There was a... Foundation, the Rock Hall Foundation's board of directors calling an emergency meeting last Friday. Wenner sent out an email saying, I understand how inflammatory these words appear, but this is not how I feel in my heart, nor have acted all my years founding and leading the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, the New York Times obtained an email from Troy Carter, a former Spotify executive, who wrote, your words run the risk of undermining the very institution you helped build by propagating a narrative that isn't just narrow, but also exclusionary. The conference call lasted 20 minutes with Wenner being shown the door.
Oh, 20 minutes. All the man started the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
The only person who voted that he not be, one of the only ones that voted that Jann Wenner not be removed was Bruce Springsteen's longtime manager, John Landau. He says Jann's statements were indefensible and counter to all the Hall stands for. It became clear that the vote to remove him from the board would be justifiably and correctly overwhelming. My vote was intended as a gesture and acknowledgement of all that he had done to create the Hall in the
So
first
he knew
place.
he was getting kicked out.
Yeah.
So he voted for his buddy.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day has joined the investors of the Oakland Roots and Oakland Soul soccer clubs. Both clubs are part of the USL. Scream, the band that Dave Grohl was in before joining Nirvana, will release their first album in over 30 years. DC Special will be out on November 10th, and it will also include Brian Baker of Bad Religion. The Smashing Pumpkins have announced their latest collaboration with the clothing company Huff, I guess it's called. Drops on Thursday. You can check out their Instagram to see a video of Billy Corgan showing off the new sweater from the line.
I saw he got married.
Oh, yeah.
really?
Was it this past weekend?
I think so.
Congrats.
Congrats, Billy Corgan.
I like that, man.
That's Billy.
Bo Phillips has filed for a divorce from Danny Masterson after that 70s
Bijou. Bijou Phillips.
Bijou Phillips, excuse me, has filed for divorce from Danny Masterson after that 70s show actor was sentenced to 30 years to life for rape. Phillips filed the papers on Monday in Santa Barbara, citing irreconcilable differences. They'd been married for 12 years and have a 9-year-old daughter.
Boy, she
together.
was by his side the entire
Yeah,
time.
she had his
time.
back.
The entire up to and including his sentencing day.
Yeah.
Irreconcilable differences. I guess when your husband's
That's putting
gonna
it
do 30
lightly.
years.
Right.
Yeah.
Tiger
Argument
Woods.
beyond that.
Tiger Woods and Justin Timberlake teamed up to open a golf-infused sports bar called T-Squared Social Club in New York City. The bar is going to feature a 22,000 square foot space with 4 golf simulators, a bowling alley, dartboards, 35 plus TVs, 4 dining areas, and covers an entire city block. And it opens just in time for the Ryder Cup. How cool is that? Does that interest you at all? Like if you would go there and you would you'd try to seek
I don't
out
know.
this?
Celebrity-owned theme restaurants,
Not your thing?
not my thing. Is Planet Hollywood still open down on the landing?
Dude, going
Huge
strong.
opening. You remember,
Remember that?
Yeah, that's a big one.
I loved it.
Planet Hollywood? Were they all here for that?
I don't remember. I remember it was a big deal.
Well, all right. When I moved here in 2003, Planet Hollywood was still open down on the landing. And that was Stallone, Schwarzenegger,
yeah. I think one or two of them
Bruce
were here.
Willis. Was he involved in that?
I think so. I remember seeing Demi Moore in like a Planet Hollywood sweatshirt with Bruce Willis
It was a
supporting.
big deal. That was for sure.
It was a restaurant chain.
Did you guys have anything? Did you have any gear at the Planet Hollywood, like for bands or
No, I had gear at Hard Rock.
Hard Rock.
They had my guitar and my outfit or something like that. And I don't even know when the Hard Rock closed here. I don't even know where they sent that. I think I went to a Hard Rock in Orlando that had my guitar on the wall, and I think there's another one
That is so cool.
in Nashville. But they shuffle them. They move them sometimes every couple of years, and they buy it off of you, so they don't have to tell you
Where they're
Once
it goes.
it's theirs, it's
I
theirs.
wish I
Do
could
what
track
you-
it. I wish I could track them down because one of
Yeah,
them I
do what you
totally
wish.
regret giving to them. I would love to trade them.
I get it, man. My headshot's on the wall at the Chuckle Hut in Sheboygan.
Nice, man.
All right, so
I'd love to trade them for one of my guitars. I miss it so bad. I
okay,
really
so Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, they were, I guess, the big investors.
in Planet Hollywood.
It's Arnold, too, right?
It was Arnold, Stallone,
Yeah.
Bruce Willis. And they had other celebrity endorsements from Demi Moore, Whoopi Goldberg, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Don Johnson, Cindy Crawford, Melanie Griffith, Tom Arnold, Wesley Snipes, Danny Glover,
Wow.
Roseanne Barr, Ringo Starr.
Yeah.
Failure.
Bummer.
Did anybody ever go there?
Yeah,
I did. I loved it.
The coolest part
food
about
was
it,
not great.
The food was really bad. My favorite part though is that I got the table that was at the bottom of a stairwell, so it was obnoxious because people are just flying by, and they're kind of above you. There's nothing worse than eating when people are around you, but when they're above you,
Right.
or coming downstairs, it's the worst. But also, right above me, hanging from the ceiling, was the prop of Stallone frozen in the cryo prison from Demolition Man. And I love that movie so
Sweet.
freaking much. I was like, oh, this is so dope. Yeah, I was under a naked frozen Stallone, and that was kind of cool.
But see, I loved Planet Hollywood because for me, getting to see props and things,
Yeah.
that was just the coolest thing ever. Because like
Yeah.
I never knew I would, at that time you're a kid, you don't know if you're ever going to meet an actor or somebody famous, and so the closest you get to it was a Planet Hollywood or a
Yeah,
Hard Rock Cafe.
And you would think it'd be a perfect business because people they spend money to go to wax museums.
Oh, yeah.
For
Still
God's
is.
sakes.
Somebody was just selling on, my friend Dan's a big alien predator guy, and he almost bought, somebody was selling it for $2,000, but it was a full, like the mother alien.
Oh,
Like
dude.
the full prop from the movie, like crawling across the ceiling.
Wow.
We were on tour in
It
Australia.
was in St. Louis.
We were
for
on
some
tour in
reason.
Australia, walked into a bar who had bought a Predator. They had a real
Yeah,
life
the
Predator.
big one.
And this dude was such a fan and so drunk, the drummer of the band we were touring with, that he bought it and had it shipped back to the U.S. for $25,000.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
They're still open, by the way.
What an idiot.
Planet Hollywood?
Not the one here, obviously, but
Right.
they have a hotel in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like they have a big hotel.
Wow.
There's still restaurants open in Orlando, Malta, Qatar.
There you go.
I mean, it's cool, like you said, man. It's. I like that movie.
Are they
plot
still
stuff.
involved, or did they all sell
I
their
don't think
pieces
they-
off?
I don't think they're
In other
I don't think they're
90s
involved
news,
anymore.
Vanna White signed a 2-year extension to keep her touching letters on the, oh my God, Wheel of Fortune. Can't even think. So Vanna will stay on for 2 more years, and she will be part of Pat Sajak's final year as host, Ryan Seacrest's first season as the new ringmaster.
So she
of Wheel
made
of Fortune.
$3 million a year previously,
Okay.
right? And they're saying she's making significantly more.
Did they not give an act?
They didn't give a number, but they
number?
said significantly more.
Holy cow!
Well, good for her, because that's
Man,
what she was
she-
negotiating for.
What a gig.
What a gig!
She doesn't have to do
Anything.
nothing.
I want to know
Just
what the
look hot.
schedule is because they have like a Jeopardy schedule, right? Where they come up in on Monday and they do 5 shows, 6 shows, right? It's like
Probably do
it's
multiple
one
a day. That's how they did.
It's one day a week.
Price is Right. They did 2 a day.
What a racket. She's not even
They
turning
filmed
letters.
like 2 days a week.
She's touching them.
Right.
That's
awesome.
it. That's it.
You're so jealous
Love that.
of her life.
My jealousy
Oh,
is
yeah.
super ugly.
Him too.
It is.
I'll admit it.
If you were arguing in public, it would be with Vanna
It would be
White.
Yeah,
with Vanna
that's
White.
it.
You know how good you have it?
We started watching it from the beginning, like Pluto TV. I can't remember what Tina started watching, like season 1 Wheel of Fortune, and I'm like, man, this is wild to see how young her and Pat Sajak were. This show's been on forever.
It's been on forever. Just think of her job. You can't criticize her for anything she does. She got a job in
Well,
show
They
business.
didn't even let her
Actually, no.
talk
They-
the first 3 seasons.
Women would tear her apart for how she looked. Like if she had she looked bad in her dress or whatever. And then as she's aged, people have torn her apart for
She
that.
looks
which is
terrific.
She looks terrific. Her dresses were always the prettiest. 45 years. That's how many seasons
There was a
they've
whole
had.
campaign back in the 90s or late 80s. What will Vanna wear tonight?
Oh yeah.
Hey, to be honest, what do they do with her outfits? Do they sell those? Because I'd imagine.
Oh, that'd be cool to know.
Wouldn't that be a big like moneymaker? Maybe it goes to charity. Maybe it goes to
Right.
Vanna. Who
You could
knows?
buy Vanna's dresses.
Yeah, I mean,
That'd be really neat.
she's never repeated.
Seeing how the
right?
games changed too. Like it was, I think I said this before, but like the old Price is Right, you had to spend the money you won. They had like a weird little showcase with price tags on stuff. They got, that doesn't even exist anymore. So Vanna would go over there. She had a lot more to do in the early seasons. She'd go over and be like standing in front of all this like color TV for $266. Pat, I'll take the oven mitt for $14. Pat, they had to spend their money and then bank if they didn't have enough to buy an item.
Weird.
And then eventually that kind of faded away and they went into whatever they do now.
Yeah.
We're going to put a new trailer for this movie called Dream Scenario on the blog. This stars Nicolas Cage. It actually looks
very good.
It looks very interesting. It's kind of got Being John Malkovich vibes to it. So essentially, Nick Cage plays a balding, unassuming husband, father, and college professor who becomes a viral sensation when he randomly starts showing up in people's dreams. So it's like Freddy Krueger, only not scary. And the
And
Hollywood.
he's got a big beard.
He looks like exactly what you're picturing, balding professor, like older
Yeah.
Nick Cage. It's being quoted as flat out hilarious and takes a whiny victim role and turns it into a masterclass in reactive comic acting. So be on the lookout for that. It's called Dream Scenario. And Mark Wahlberg is contemplating leaving acting. He was being interviewed by Cigar Aficionado, and Marky Mark talked about how demanding his business ventures are, saying, quote, "Well, I'm certainly working harder now than ever. Certain businesses, you kind of build them, pass them on, or you exit. I don't think I'll be acting for that much longer at the pace I am now, that's for sure, because it is the most difficult thing."
Do you remember Craig Gass was here last time and he told everybody how to do a Mark Wahlberg impression? You just sound like you're out of breath.
Yeah, like you just ran to the microphone.
I'm thinking of retiring. Get up early in the morning.
I think these
so
trees
true.
are trying to kill us.
I got other businesses.
for me. I think these trees are trying to kill us right now.
They prayed up. They prayed up.
I got an exit strategy for my businesses.
Wahlberg is.
All right, and finally,
I got the sauce.
on that note,
I got the sauce.
we're going to rank the best Mark Wahlberg roles of all time. We're trashing this list. Entertainment Weekly, they decided to put this together. Top 10 Mark Wahlberg roles. Let me hear it.
In order.
I can
In
tell
order.
you what's not on
I
there.
have it 10 through 1. Yep.
The Happening will not be on this.
The Happening is not on there. You're right.
Okay.
Should be.
Boogie Nights is number one.
Boogie Nights is number one. Congratulations, Riz.
If anybody
Boogie.
says The Other Guys or whatever that movie was, you're out.
The Other Guys is on the list.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
You're out.
You didn't
It's,
like that one? That
I
was
like
fun.
that one.
No,
It's hilarious.
The Departed.
The Other Guys is
Departed,
number
yes.
3, by the way.
Peacock.
The Departed
You
is
let me
number
fly?
2.
Dude, Fear.
Fear, which
Fear's
is
gotta
an
be up there.
incredible movie,
Fear
is
with
number
Reese
4.
Witherspoon. Have you ever seen
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Oh,
don't think
dude.
so.
It's so good.
He's like the abusive boyfriend.
He's the obsessive, abusive
I
boyfriend.
just remember the
Yeah.
roller coaster.
And as a girl,
the
as a
roller
young
coaster.
girl watching
Loved
that
it.
movie, I was in love with Mark Wahlberg, so it was very
Yeah.
conflicting because I was like, God, he's so hot, but he is so crazy.
But it didn't bother any girl I knew.
Right.
They were all just like, oh, he could stalk me anytime.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's
He's
weird.
so
He's
hot.
the bad guy. in this
He's so
movie.
He could
hot.
carve
He's so
Nicole
hot.
Oh my God.
into my stomach anytime.
He's so hot.
Oh, Mark.
I'm
The
gonna say
roller
Rockstar.
coaster scene in Fear was like the hottest thing ever, by the way, to Wild Horses. Oh, don't even get me started.
What about the Italian
yeah,
Job? He's in
Rockstar.
an Italian Job. That movie was awesome.
Italian Job did not make the list.
Rockstar, dude.
Rockstar did not make the list either, and he's so
Oh,
good at
get
that.
out of here.
movie.
The other guys are in Rockstar's not.
Right.
That movie's
How about
incredible.
Shooter?
The Shooter, no.
The Fighter.
The Fighter, he is, yes, that was number 5.
Okay.
Invincible.
That was the Eagles.
He was
guy.
the Eagles. player.
Ted.
Yeah, Ted's
Invincible's
gotta be
not on there. Ted is number 9.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Four Brothers?
Basketball Diaries.
Basketball Diaries not on the list.
Whoa.
He was in that?
Yeah.
Whoa,
with
whoa, whoa.
Leo
That movie was
DiCaprio.
wild
Whoa.
and really good.
Yeah.
That was a very good movie.
I forgot about that movie, actually.
Perfect Storm with George Clooney.
Ooh,
No,
that's a good
which
one.
I thought was surprising. No, Lone Survivors number 6, Pain and Gain from 2013
That's
number
a fun
7,
one.
Three Kings from 99,
That
Oh,
was a
Three
great
Kings.
movie.
He was in. That's Clooney
Forgot
as
he
well.
was in that.
and Two Guns number 10.
Right. Perfect Storm was Clooney, right? That's what they
Perfect Storm was Clooney. Yeah.
they
were
go
both
up in the
Clooney.
boat. and
Mark
they-
Wahlberg
yeah.
was in that.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know that.
Three Kings was Clooney, Ice Cube, and Mark Wahlberg. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. And so top 3, Boogie Nights number 1, The Departed number 2, and The Other Guys number 3. The best top 3 Mark Wahlberg roles. And that's your crap on celebrities.
Celebrities celebrating a birthday today. Philip Phillips, the American Idol winner, is 33. John Bernthal, 47. He's Shane on The Walking Dead, and Julian Kay on American Gigolo.
I like that guy. John Bernthal.
Yeah,
Seems like a
Moon.
cool dude.
Moon. He's also the Punisher. Remember?
Yeah.
Moon Bloodgood. That's Annie Glass on Falling Skies is 48. Nuno Betancourt, guitar player for Extreme, is 57. Gary Cole. We were just talking about Gary Cole.
Oh, it's Office Space.
That's right. Kent on Veep, Office Space. He's also
Blumberg.
he's also his dad, and we were talking about his dad.
Reese
in-
Bobby, Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights. He's 67. George
Love that guy.
R.R. Martin is 75. Chuck Panazzo. That's John's twin and bass player in Styx. He's 75. And Sophia Loren. How old do you think the legendary Italian actress is?
She's got to be in her 90s.
Wrong.
88.
You just aged her. That's so rude.
Oh,
Man,
I don't know. You said guess.
53.
Sophia Loren is 80.
53.
Oh, she looks like she's
How dare you.
53. I thought.
Have you watched Bernthal's podcast?
John Bernthal's?
Yeah,
No.
It's good. It's called Real Ones. It's really, really
It's
good.
good.
man. Yeah.
Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, what fun and fantasy meet, is Whitney Wright. And today's birthday girl, yes, man?
I was gonna say, is it good? Like, is he good? Because every time I see a lot of clips, and is it a good podcast, or does he get really good? And I'm not saying anything about John. I don't know anything about him. Or does he get really good guests? Because every time I've seen something, he doesn't say anything except for go, oh yeah, all right,
He encourages guests to be very raw, emotional, and vulnerable, and
it
that's
se-
the whole point. It's
it
called
seem-
Real Ones.
Yeah,
and
it
it's kinda
seems like that's the shtick, which
that's
is
where
great.
people go on to get kind of like to air some major trauma and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. The Shia LaBeouf one was really, really good.
Yeah, I saw that one. That was interesting. But again, I forgot that he was the host, and every time it goes to him, he just goes,
That's a good host.
All right, let's bring it back to Whitney Wright, okay? Because
Okay,
it's her
sorry,
birthday.
Whitney.
You're right. I'm
And she's
sorry.
been
Sorry,
in
Whitney.
832 fine films.
Try that, John Barenthal.
So 832 films, and she's 32 years old today. Busy. She was in All Oiled Up with Whitney, Amish Girls 3, Battle of the Asses 8, Big Booty Showdown, Free the Nipple 2, He Loves Me in Collars and Cuffs 2, The Kinky Wife Exchange Club, Who's Banging the Babysitter 2, and Who Could Forget a Role in 2022's Sorry Ladies, This Hunk is Cucked.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
A lot going on in that title, dude. Sorry, ladies, this hunk is cucked. 6 words, A lot of things happening.
Cool, man.
That's a good titler. Whoever named that one.
Whitney Wright is 32 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. Sorry, ladies.
This hunk's cut.
This hunk is cut.
All right, let's take a
My
break.
new sign off.
We'll come back. Let's give away some stuff. We're going to play Fake News of Florida after the break. Simple game. Rafe is going to read you a headline, and you tell us if this is something we made up or if it's something that really happened in the great state of Florida, where I may retire to. We have Avenged Sevenfold tickets. We've got Queens of the Stone Age tickets. We've got tickets to go see Asking Alexandria. We got tickets to go see 311 with AWOL Nation. And we got tickets to go see Royal Blood. If you want to play 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833, best 2 out of 3 right, you win.
All right.
We're playing next. Fake News of Florida. You know, people keep asking us if Shawn Wayans is coming on. Mm-hmm. I guess he's at one of the comedy clubs this weekend.
He's at Helium.
No, he is not coming on
Why?
because he doesn't want to.
Oh,
No, that's not true. No, it's not true.
Because he don't want to.
Is that what he
because
said?
Marlon Wayans been here a bunch.
Maybe
Brother Sean does not want to come.
was
Sean-
he jealous because we got to Marlon before
I don't
this year?
Sean does not get
You want me
here
to text Marlon?
until
Be like,
Friday.
hey, man, straighten your
Oh,
brain
it doesn't
out.
get here till Friday?
It's a schedule thing.
Oh, it's a schedule thing. Never mind.
Oh, okay, never mind.
He doesn't get in town until Friday.
And my apologies to
The Wayans
Sean
family.
Wayans and the Wayans family.
And their
And
feet.
your father's feet. And
Oh, here's what I want to know. Corey Feldman was here last night.
Oh, I saw
want to
some
know
footage.
how that went.
You did see the footage that our buddy Luke filmed at the festival, right?
Oh, was it Riot Fest?
I don't know.
What was
Yeah,
that?
it
Or
was.
was it Blue Ridge?
It
or-
was Riot Fest up in Chicago.
Okay, Corey Feldman, you know Goonies, Corey Feldman. Mm-hmm. I guess at a concert last night
Yeah.
out in St. Charles. If you were there, you need to let us know how that was. I want to know. Here's what I want to know.
Our pal Mike Leahy was there, and I watched his Instagram stories.
Mike Leahy was there?
Oh, yeah.
No.
And he was front row. Let me show you.
I love
Do you
him.
mind? Can I pull this up for you?
I want to know, number one, how many people were there?
Yeah.
Number two,
I want to know
were
how
the
long-
Angels there?
No, I don't think the Angels are there.
Get a
He's with this
screen,
band
I
that, like, a dude playing bass or something that looks like him.
Oh, he's dressed as like Michael Jackson. He's doing the Michael Jackson moves.
He's doing my, and again,
All of them.
Mike Leahy, our beloved Mike, was there, and this is the first thing I saw this morning when I woke up was Mike's stories of this, and he was right in front.
I want to know how many people were there. How long did he play?
Yeah.
What kind of, like, what did it sound like? What, did it sound like the stuff he was doing with the Angels? Is it new stuff?
Do you want me to play this?
Go ahead.
Okay, hang
Go
on.
ahead.
Let me back it up.
Was that Beat It?
that's the Lost Boys song,
That's
dude.
Lost Boys.
Thou shalt not kill. Could you hear it in the background?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
That's cool.
What is that?
From the Lost Boys movie.
But I don't think that was originally his song, right?
No.
Someone else did it for the movie.
Well, listen, I want to know everything.
But hey, pretty cool.
I hope it was
Doing a Lost
amazing.
Boys cover. He's got
I want
me.
to know everything. We tried to get him on the air, but we got shut down.
We did.
We got that. Nope, not
He
doing
was
it.
doing one thing only.
was
and it
doing one
wasn't
interview.
this.
He was going to do one interview, and that was it.
Yeah. Hey,
Did
everybody.
you draw
wanted
names
him.
out of a hat or something?
And they said, Riz Show?
Nope.
No,
No.
way.
We don't want to sell
Not
this out.
today.
Not today.
Also, Keeler says Corey Feldman show last night was packed.
Where was it at?
Good for him.
Diamond? Is it
yeah,
Diamond?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Diamond. Was it Diamond Music Hall?
Yeah.
What they call it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's a pretty nice place.
I've never been up there.
It's like West Coast Pops. That's what, or West County Pops.
West County Pops.
Angie said it was so bad it was amazing. That was the review
Honestly,
on
do
the
people
chat.
go there saying, I love Corey Feldman's music?
No.
Or they
want-
go in because I want to see what this is about?
They are.
Yeah.
It's the spectacle, and it's also seeing such an iconic actor.
Of course.
In real life, right?
That's why I wanted
That's
him
it.
here.
I would love.
There's
to
a charm to him.
I would love to talk to the guy. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want
I
to
would
know.
too.
I want to know him.
I want to have a better grasp of what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know if he could articulate what's happening there. Because
No,
now
no.
he's dressing now he's dressing like Michael Jackson.
I don't necessarily want to talk to him like on air. I mean, I would love to, of course.
I would love to.
But I would love to off air just to kind of get a better grasp of like what's
I do not
going on.
think IMO. I do not think
Here we go.
that he's self-aware.
But maybe he is.
I don't think he is. I think I've seen him on like some stuff where he was like, there was like a documentary where he was, I can't remember if it was like Toby Mc, it was a Hollywood documentary where they were showing him have conversations with his friends. And I just think he's been in the Hollywood bubble so long and had people around him being like, Corey, you're awesome. That he's like, I'm doing this, man. This is my dream and I'm chasing it. And I think it is in earnest. And I think that's what makes it a little bit appealing to people is like, even if it's not great,
This dude thinks it's great.
this dude is just, I'm
Selling
doing
it.
it.
Yeah.
And he's trying his hardest and he's earnest and sincere, even if it's not perfect art.
Yeah.
He's putting to work.
It means a lot to him, so it means a lot to me because I like him as a personality.
And I appreciate that. And think about all the iconic Corey Feldman movies.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
And then
Goonies.
Lost Boys, Goonies.
Goonies.
come on.
We talked about the Burbs the other day.
Yeah, there's a dozen of them.
Yep.
At least.
Stand
And
by
one of my
it.
best friends knows a lot of his crew, and like I don't want to dig too deep because I don't want to feel like I'm, I don't know. Like
If we had him in
crashing
here, I
personally.
wouldn't. If we had him in here, I wouldn't go.
No, of course not. But I'm curious, like, okay,
wanna kick it.
if you're playing Diamond Music Hall and you're playing the open day stage at Riot Fest and you're going viral for the wrong reasons and whatever, like, are they in a van? Are they in a bus? Is he paying out of pocket?
I don't know.
Is the
I mean, dude.
is the band self-sustaining? Like, those are the questions that I have.
I made Lern and Riz watch Comeback King video in the office the other day.
That was
Oh,
the
his
one I'm
new
talking
song?
about, right?
Because like it's
His
Dr.
new
Dre's
song?
son
Yeah. Oh,
raps
no.
on it.
Oh, okay. Did you see the viral one from Riot Fest where
I saw that one, but
they did that song?
watch the actual video that he paid for
Right.
to have made.
Whose kid's in it?
Dr. Dre's kid.
Dr. Dre's
Comeback
son.
King. It's just like when he starts doing the dance off, like the Michael Jackson, all his backup dancers, because Corey's getting up there. He's probably our age.
He's in his 50s.
He tried to bust down and like break dance on the floor, and he had a hard time getting back up. You could tell his knees, and they just left it in the video, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, respect, you
Yeah.
know?
Dude, he was
I
in
think-
Gremlins.
Yeah, he and Skrillex need to team up because Skrillex could dress like him and
Yeah.
they could
Yeah.
do a really
Oh,
cool
the DJ?
song. Yeah.
And
That
Ninja
would be
Turtles,
cool.
wasn't he the?
He was.
He was
OG?
Michelangelo.
No,
Oh,
he's
was it
Donatello.
Donatello. I'm sorry.
I always thought it was weird that he wasn't Michelangelo.
My
OG
apologies
Donatello.
to Michelangelo.
The
and
Turtles.
Wait
all
till
the
you get to the
turtles.
part where he says he's fishing and he actually acts out fishing.
All right, I'm going to play a little bit.
Play a little bit of this.
This is Corey Feldman's new song.
Yeah. Gotta get to the hook, dude.
Hit it.
Who's boss, Corey? This guy's got a thing fighting his trash man, apparently. There's a narrative in this video we can't wrap
It's
our
like a
minds around.
bully.
He's being bullied by his
Guy's being
sanitation
bullied.
department.
Okay, that's Corey Feldman, everybody.
Sweet, man.
Stand by me.
Yes, Dr.
Yeah,
Dre's son.
I
does
would have
rap
loved
on
to have had him in here. Just
I'm the standby. Stand by.
And to
me.
Moon's point about that viral video from Riot Fest, and to everybody's talking about how serious he takes it, he stopped the performance because the instrument, everybody in the band wasn't on the same
Yeah, nobody
time.
came in.
And so he stopped the performance, which is a lot of artists. It's embarrassing to do that, but he
Yeah,
did
yeah.
it with confidence and was like, "We're going
Well-
to start it again."
Well, okay, but there's like unwritten rules, or maybe they're like written.
Well, he was
rules
dressing down his band
in
in front of
showbiz.
everybody.
Right.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah, that
dress down your
wasn't
band in public. Also, like to whoever he has in his band, let me just give you a piece of advice. If you need something in your monitors, tell the monitor guy. Like most of the crowd doesn't even know what monitors are. And when you go in the mic and go, I don't have the bass in my monitors, like you sound like a local dork. Don't do that.
Yeah, post that video from our buddy Luke Spencer. He's the one that shot it.
Oh, okay.
From Riot Fest, and Luke's going to be in next week, by the way, and we'll talk to him about it. All right, let's give away some stuff. All right, we are playing Fake News of Florida. Yeah. All right, Rafe's going to read you a headline. You tell us if it was something that we made up or if this is something that really happened in Florida. 2 out of 3 right, you win your choice of prizes. Avenged Sevenfold, big summer show with Falling in Reverse. This coming Monday over at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. We got tickets to go see Queens of the Stone Age Saturday night at St. Louis Music Park. We got tickets to go see Asking Alexandria with The Who, co-headlining bill Monday at the Factory. Tickets to go see 311 Radio Wall Nation next Tuesday over at the Factory. And we got tickets to go see Royal Blood this coming Friday, 2 days over at the Pageant. All right, 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Let's go to Justin. Almost had a stroke there. Justin in O'Fallon, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Justin, here we go. Fake news or Florida?
Good luck, Justin. This just in, a Sebastian man was arrested after he reported a murder by bringing a skull to a grocery store and using it as a hand puppet.
Oh, God. Fake.
Oh, that's Florida.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, that's Florida. That's Florida, buddy. Oh, that's so Florida.
Here's your chance at
All right,
redemption.
All right.
Breaking news, Justin. A Tampa man was arrested after punching his daughter's teacher at back-to-school night.
That sounds right.
Oh, you saying
Yeah.
that's Florida?
That's Florida.
That's fake news.
All right.
Not as
Sorry,
much.
buddy.
That wouldn't make the news in Florida,
That did
bud.
not go well for him.
Sorry, bud.
Did not go well. Let's go to Mike in Collinsville. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
Hey, Mike, let's play fake news or Florida.
Mike, this just in, a West Palm Beach woman was busted for grand larceny after stealing a pony at a child's birthday party.
I think that's Florida.
Oh, that's fake news. Fake news.
Fake news felt very
Fake
Florida.
news. Felt very Florida. Next.
Mike, a Vero Beach man was arrested after he broke into a home, got naked, and cooked spaghetti.
Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Yeah, it's Florida.
Yeah.
That's Florida. Comes down to this. Mike.
It's called Vero Beach meatballs. Here we go. A Martin County man who was stopped for erratic driving told police his dog was behind the wheel.
I want to say I've heard that somewhere before. I'm going to go Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Yeah,
baby.
baby. All right. Hang on, Mike. Winner. Okay.
Good job, Mike. Came
Mike's
back.
a winner.
Came back down 0-1. Won the
Joseph.
series.
Wood River. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Joseph, let's play fake news of Florida.
Joseph, this just in, a Pasco County burglar told police his horse broke into a home and he only went inside to get it out.
That's Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Oh, yeah.
To get it out. Okay. One for one, Joseph. Here we go.
Breaking news. A St. Petersburg man was busted for DUI on an over... Let me start
Should
over.
be hoverboard.
A St. Petersburg man was busted for DUI on a hoverboard after he rode pantsless through a pedestrian mall.
That's Florida.
Well, that's unfortunately
Sorry.
fake. But that
My
does
bad
sound-
on the
Malls, no more malls.
That's on me.
the hoverboard thing. Go on. Comes down to this, Joseph.
A Pensacola doctor was arrested on indecency charges after cameras were discovered in the women's room at his office.
That's Florida.
That's actually Dr. Chuck Berry, and that is a St. Louis story.
Hey, look up a local story that a kid found a. Did you see this story? That a kid found a cell phone taped to a toilet
Whoa.
in the area.
What does it mean?
That's some burner
I want to
phone.
say St. Peter's.
Let's see. Teen finds phone.
See it?
Yeah. Family says daughter, 14, discovers phone taped to back of airplane toilet seat.
Airplane toilet seat. Sorry to the people of St. Peter's. I didn't mean to get you involved in this thing. Why did I think St. Peter's?
This is a story yesterday. It happened in Boston, so I can see the confusion.
Boston,
Boston,
St.
St. Peter's is
Peter's.
the same.
Man.
It was in the first class bathroom. Oh, and the
Well, we know it wasn't Spirit Airlines or Frontier.
the gal was told by a male member of the crew to go ahead and use the first class bathroom,
Whoa.
and found an iPhone affixed to the back of the toilet seat.
Whoa. Creepy. Steve in Washington, good morning.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Steven, here we go. Fake news or Florida?
Steve, we interrupt this possible plane hijacking story to bring you this news. An Okaloosa man told police he broke 20 car windshields because President Trump owes him $1 trillion.
Does he even have that? I don't know if he even has that. I'm going to say that's Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Yeah, that's Florida.
Very Florida.
That's Florida. Okay, next, 1 for 1.
1 for 1. A Port St. Lucia man was arrested for giving his girlfriend a violent wet willy.
I'm going to say fake news.
Oh,
That's Florida, baby.
That's Florida. We had that story.
By the way,
A violent wet willy.
if you're the victim of a wet willy, they're all violent. I mean, that is your ear. It sounds like there's a like.
They always push too hard.
It sounds like there's a mess of
You know
boulders
what?
coming
What's
off
the
a mountain.
statute of limitations on wet willies? Because my brothers could possibly.
If somebody
Press
walked up to
charges.
you and gave me a wet willy right now, I think that's grounds for throwing down.
Yeah, you want to talk about arguing in a parking lot? 100%. You will find me arguing with somebody if they gave me a public wet willy. Are you out of your mind? That's one of the grossest, nastiest.
You put your fingers in your mouth and then you put them in my ear.
Assault. That's assault,
That is
brother.
assault. I think that's.
There's two things I will fight you over, and
Yeah.
that is a wet willy or a wedgie.
Yeah.
I'll take a wedgie over a wet willy.
Oh yeah, me too. Wet willy is the
wedgie.
dumbest, worst thing ever. Gross.
Just
And then you have like somebody's earwax on your finger. You know what I'm saying? If you do it,
Oh, on the offender?
if you're the yeah, but if you're doing that, you don't care about that.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a monster and you should be
You're a
locked up.
nasty
Man.
monster.
You should be locked up.
when's the last time you got one or gave one? Because it was grade school for me. We used to do that to each other all the time.
Got one? Yes, probably in grade school. Gave one, probably my brother last
Maybe,
year.
we were looking for punishments to go on the wheel.
Oh, dude,
Everybody
so
on the show
gross.
gets to give you a wet willy.
wet
Oh,
willy
I don't even
wheel,
want to be
dude.
the executioner
The
for
wet
that.
wheelie. Put it up.
The wet wheelie.
Here we go.
Last
for the
one
win.
for Steven for the win.
You've had a lot of time to gather yourself. A Weston woman was arrested for driving 70 miles per hour with her boyfriend clinging to the hood of the car and talking on the phone.
Fake news.
Oh, that's Florida.
I thought that was a
Steven.
slam dunk.
That's a
That
bummer.
is Florida.
I feel like that happens mostly down there.
Yeah. Nick, hello.
Morning.
Hey, Nick, here we go. Fake news or Florida? Let's go to winner.
Nick, this just in, a Melbourne man was arrested for refusing to pay the cab driver who took him home after he was released from jail.
Ooh. Let's go Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Took him right back.
That's that's Florida. Next.
A Sarasota mom was arrested for indecent exposure after she mooned the principal at her daughter's school to protest a clothing policy.
Could be Florida again. Let's go Florida.
Oh, man. I've never wanted one to be truer than that
that's
one
fake
right there.
news. Yeah, sorry. Well, it comes down to this
All right.
for the win, Nick.
A dog accidentally put a car in drive and crashed it into a Daytona liquor store after his owner left him inside the running vehicle.
Let's do Florida again.
Is it Florida? No, that's fake news.
Fake news.
All right, one final contestant.
Let's end on a high
People
note.
Letting us down.
People letting us down today. Damn.
These are tough.
Matt in Jerseyville. Good morning, Matt.
All right, Illinois
Morning.
side. Illinois represent.
All right, Matt, here we go. Fake news or Florida? Final contestant, unless we don't get a winner. Well, you know what?
What?
If we get a winner, we're done. If we don't, we'll move on.
No pressure, Matt.
Here we go.
A Miami defense attorney, pants caught on fire while he was delivering the closing arguments in an arson case.
Fake news.
Oh, that's Florida.
He was a liar.
Yep.
A
We
liar.
had that story.
Liar. Pants on fire.
Defense attorney's pants caught on fire while delivering the closing arguments in an arson fire. That actually happened in Florida.
That's crazy.
Yes. Next.
Matt, a Palm Beach man, is suing the TSA after agents refused to let his emotional support cow board an airplane.
That's Florida.
That's fake news.
0 for 2, brother.
All right, this is it. This is Lern. This
What?
is it.
Okay.
Mark in Eureka. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
hi, Mark.
Okay, this is
I'm
it.
going to let you know I have a friend that is in Florida. He lives there. I hear a lot of these stories. I got to get this right. I
got it.
I just have to.
Do us
Way
proud.
to not set yourself up there, bud.
Do us proud. I have a good feeling about this. Here we go, Mark. Fake
Let's
news in
do it.
Florida.
Well, hi, Mark. A woman
you doing?
named Crystal Methvin was arrested for possession of, you guessed it, crystal meth.
Sorry. That's Florida.
Oh, that's
Right
Yeah,
on. Way to go, Mark.
Crystal Methvin was arrested for possession of crystal meth, yes. Again, a story we did cover on the Riz Show.
In her defense, very on brand.
I remember it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Police in Key West seized a Cookie Monster doll that contained 300 grams of cocaine.
That's Florida.
oh, that's
All right.
Guy said he knew
That's
Florida,
how
and
you
he
do that.
knew Florida.
All right, congratulations, Mark. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We have some of your emails to get to. The people of St. Louis need our help, and we're here to answer some questions. Whatever you may have,
Yeah.
we got you, St. Louis. Before we get to your emails, I would like to take a second to apologize to the people of Australia. On behalf of the Riz Show, for us throwing out just the stereotypes when we were talking about the man suing the hospital for watching
Right.
the C-section. I had made a comment that the man should hop in his kangaroo pouch and hop away after his court date. Sorry if I offended any Australian out there. I get it. These stereotypes, they hurt and they harm.
I'm perfectly jealous of the fact that kangaroos are down there.
No, not everybody is issued a
They do not
boomerang
like,
at birth.
They do
What?
not like them. They're like a nuisance.
Well,
No, everybody doesn't drink Fosters or they don't throw shrimp on the Barbie.
But everyone does get attacked by dingoes.
They're like deer over there. Like they're bummed that they're.
God, that'd be so
Around.
cool to see.
Are dingoes stealing babies? That is based on a true story, by the way.
Maybe the dingo
See?
stole your baby.
Yeah, that lady went to prison.
That dingo?
The real story of that,
It's horrifying.
like an Australian mother who's camping, woke up, kid gone, no one believed her, put her in prison. Years later, in a dingo nest, they found like the kid's clothing.
Yeah. Like it's a legit,
Had to let her out of prison.
like the dingo stole the baby.
It's wild, man.
Yeah. But I hope you'll forgive me, Dan Andy.
You love it so much.
And and I hope one day when I visit your fair city, we go catch an opera at the opera house there. in
Fair
Sydney.
City. You just apologize to a continent.
No, yes, I'm apologizing to the continent and country of Australia.
Where you headed? What city?
I'm not heading to any city. If I ever go, I would love to. Now, that being said, we have our ideas of what Australians are into, what other cultures are into, and we have got questions sometimes. Mm-hmm. Now, how do other people think of us? Like, we have certain obsessions in this country that other countries don't understand.
Yeah.
And I found a list of things the world says that Americans are obsessed with. And I'm gonna go through this and you tell us if that's a true thing. Are we obsessed with these things? Number one, breadsticks. Are we obsessed with breadsticks here in this country?
I believe
think
so.
we are.
Yeah. I mean, yes, personally and as a nation.
Are we obsessed with things being haunted?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we
yeah,
are.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes, we are. Are we obsessed with spelling the word Mississippi?
No. Nobody knows how to spell it.
Well, MISSIASSIPPID.
No, we're not obsessed with anything education related.
Okay, so no on that one.
No on that one.
Again, these are things the world says that Americans are obsessed with.
Sure.
Oprah. Are we obsessed with Oprah?
Not
I don't
as
think
much.
much anymore.
Yeah, we used to be.
We used to be.
Much.
She my hall pass.
Oprah is?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Stedman's had a lot of years to lock that down. Move over, brother. Let somebody else have it, though.
Let somebody else have a run at that?
Why not? I'm trying to get that Oprah money. Kidding me?
Not a bad idea.
What was it? Was it Chappelle that had the skit where he knocked up Oprah? And he was set for life? I think it was on Chappelle's show.
Was it?
Where it was the skit where he knocked up Oprah and he's like, yes!
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I feel like I've seen every episode of that show.
Why are Americans obsessed with making up different handshakes?
Secret clubs, man. You got to know.
That is true. Anytime they tune into like a defining American sport, they see all of our athletes doing like
These elaborate.
special, elaborate handshakes for every home run, touchdown, any of that kind of stuff.
Teachers having handshakes with every kid in the class, a
Yeah.
different one. I
Cool
love those
teachers
videos.
only.
Yeah.
I also think it's a way to just shame generational folks. You know what I mean? Like fist bumps in, but now if you fist bump someone, they're like, really? A fist
Lame.
bump in 2023? And that's like,
Thank you,
I don't
Boomer.
know. Exactly.
My
I think it's a way for like young people keep inventing new in quotation marks because it's something that's old being repurposed, but just to constantly be able to mock each other for your greetings.
I always liked you're going in for the high five, you miss, each of you lift up the opposite foot and you shake the foot. That was my favorite
that's cool.
handshake.
Oh.
You know?
I like when you're going in for different things and each person keeps trying to change the other person's thing until you just give up on it altogether.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a
You just
secret
do
thing
this.
going on with the secret handshake with my old roommate.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You still know it?
Would you, Ben? This is you and Ben?
Oh, yeah.
You guys could, like, if he were here right now, would he remember?
Absolutely. And I do it with my kids now, the same one.
That's neat.
Well, now it's no longer special.
Oh, it's even more special. Why are Americans obsessed with candles?
Dude.
True.
It's true.
Wow.
Come to my house. They got 15 different flavors, all half wicked.
Ask any HVAC guy. He'll go, you're killing your system. You are killing your HVAC
But
system.
I'm happy
Why?
on the daily.
Because
Candles?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because where does that wax go?
Smoke.
It's smoke.
carcinogens.
It's getting into the filters and stuff.
Into
It's
the
getting
filter.
into your system.
Filter.
It's getting into the system. I'm just saying.
I'm keeping
And
those
you
people in
can't fight
business
the
with all
system.
my witch
It's
candles.
gumming up the system. It's gumming it up.
Are we as Americans?
Never heard that. That's wild to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, incense and candles. Very bad.
Wow.
For human HVAC systems and household HVAC
And by the way,
systems.
hippies out there, if you're burning those essential oils, you're killing your pets. You're killing your pets.
How dare you?
I bet you do.
Oh, yeah.
You're killing your cats.
Well, not with the oils, but yeah, we got Nag Champa burning 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Nog chomp?
I don't even know what that is, and I don't
Keep that
like
to
it.
You know
yourself.
the smell. You'll probably hate
Yeah,
it.
You know it. It's hippie class number 2.
Sunshine Daydream only smells like Nag Champa. Have you
Yeah.
ever been to one of those?
Nog chomp is just a stone's throw from patchouli.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing without the.
You wouldn't like it.
without
Sounds
the
like an
marketing.
ethnic slur, I'll be honest.
Didn't they have that cool song, I Get Knocked Down?
It's the exact same thing with worse marketing.
Didn't they have that cool song, I Get Knocked Down? I think so.
Oh, man.
I got it, Scott.
Chumbawamba.
I fought all.
Why are Americans obsessed with getting clothing from T-shirt cannons?
Dude,
Well, it's cheaper than a store.
I don't think that's an American
that
thing.
is so cool. Have you ever shot a t-shirt cannon?
Yes.
That is so
I
badass.
haven't. I've always wanted to.
We used to have one here at the station.
We have one.
I never got
we
to do it.
I do like that we love those, and yet every shirt it's always the wrong. It's just the biggest shirt on
It's
the planet.
2XL for
Yeah.
a size small.
Like, all right, thank you.
Why are Americans obsessed with ice?
Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
in
I don't know.
Denver, and they don't put ice in water at all. They want, room temperature water at all the restaurants and stuff. And I was like, get me some damn ice.
Trying to warm themselves up. It's cold over there.
Yeah.
Why are Americans obsessed with cereal? Oh, I do have a story about cereal later coming up. Are we obsessed with cereal? I don't think. Well, according to the story I got later, we are not anymore.
Yeah, I don't think the commercials are really pushing cereal anymore.
Cereal is on the
Decline?
decline.
Well, maybe
big
so.
time.
I was eating
Big time.
mushroom stroganoff last night, leftovers after band practice. And then I remembered I had Lucky Charms in the cupboard. I stopped eating the stroganoff, poured me a bowl of Lucky Charms, and had that for dinner. I had half
What?
cereal, half stroganoff for dinner.
Surprise
last night.
cereal is dinner cereal is good cereal.
Yeah.
Man,
it
cereal
is.
for me is
Well
like
done.
once a month or once, it's like a special kind of thing. I was with my brother the other night, and it was like 10 p.m. or something. I'm like getting ready to close down the night, and he goes, "Hey man, can you give me some cereal?" I was like, "Cereal?
Yeah.
At 10 p.m."
I get it.
And then
Already
he
ordering it now.
goes, "Everybody eats cereal late at night." I was like,
I'm with
"What?
him.
Really?"
Okay, here's a story. And this is in the Wall Street Journal. Americans have been out of love with cereal for a while. Now what? That is the question facing three giants of the industry that once dominated the American breakfast table: General Mills,
Yeah.
Kellogg, and Post Holdings.
Yep. Better figure it out.
The pandemic, so the pandemic briefly brought cereal sales back.
Yes.
Like people were at home. Families ate more breakfast at home, got less fussy about what they were eating. Cereal gained 5.5%, which is a lot. That's a big number.
Yeah, good market share.
Cereal shares were up 5.5%. But then they went down the next year. So 2020, unit sales ready-to-eat cereal in the U.S. rose 5.5%, but the next year down 8.7%. And then another 3.9% the next year.
I will say that I'm not buying it as regularly as I once did, but whenever it's around, the whole box will get eaten in a couple of days.
Maybe they're just getting closer to reasonable market share. Reasonable. Think about a grocery store. No matter how big or small the grocery store, cereal has always had its own aisle, an entire aisle.
In the 80s and
That's
90s,
wild.
American families gorged on cereals.
Yeah.
But do you think are they including also the small family-owned cereal companies in this?
Well,
I bet they're taking away the big shares
could be. They say that is a thing that could be.
Because people are tired of all the big companies and
and health consciousness, because people are wanting to have healthy for their kids. In the 80s, you're having Lucky Charms every day.
That's what I think.
Right, and you know what? They do mention that in the article. So, powered in part by a not quite right belief that eggs were dangerously high in cholesterol.
Oh, wow.
Carbs ruled the mornings.
Yeah.
Remember, for a while, it was eggs were dangerous. You'd only eat the whites, and then it was the whites were dangerous. You'd only eat the yolks, and then nobody knew what the hell they were talking about. Now it's fine. Now eggs are encouraged.
Yep, the shells are where it's at.
So now people are eating eggs in the morning. They're actually having healthy, omelet or something instead of cereal.
Right. Recent trends seem to have given fresh momentum to the downturn. A general shift to frozen foods has increased the popularity and availability of alternative high-protein options like frozen breakfast sandwiches and burritos.
Yeah, we have those.
Meanwhile, on-the-go lifestyles have fueled demand for portable options like bars and shakes. Yeah, you're not eating frosted mini wheats while driving to work, but you did just throw a microwave burrito in, and you could eat that while on the go.
Yep.
Okay.
Stretch family budgets have also given life to an old threat, private label cereals. Started gaining share last year and jumped considerably in the first half of 2023. Those are your family-owned and kind of smaller companies. So, is Tony the Tiger done? Toucan Sam done? I think there'll always be a need for it.
Yeah.
But it's not like it was, for sure. Why are Americans obsessed with the Olive Garden?
Endless breadsticks. Back to number 1 on this list.
Yeah.
The word literally.
Italian.
We're obsessed with the word literally. We're obsessed with gender reveal parties.
That's true.
St. Patrick's Day. We are obsessed with St. Patrick's Day.
Sorry, you can't all be Irish, all right?
We're obsessed with having nice grass.
That's true.
Yeah, that is hilarious.
Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese.
Yes.
Sheet cake. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's the best one.
Americans are obsessed about talking about how long it takes to get somewhere. Yes. Jello shots.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Love them. Good times.
Still? Are we still obsessed with Jello shots?
I think so.
Have you seen those in a while, though?
And it's time to grow up, America.
You just calm down.
We're obsessed with Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
Saying bless you. Americans are obsessed with hypothesizing how they would perform as a man in the WNBA. Yes.
That's very specific.
We're obsessed with Christmas songs, ranch dressing.
I heard a Christmas song yesterday. I don't remember which one, but it was one of the old-timey ones. And man, there is something so heartwarming about Christmas songs. And it immediately puts you in that time
During
of
the Christmas season,
Yes.
maybe. We're obsessed with making movies about serial killers.
We like cereal.
Americans are obsessed with eating foods that taste like other foods.
What do you mean?
For example, you go to a restaurant and for dessert, it's cotton candy that tastes like bacon. Well, why don't you just give me bacon?
Right.
because this is cotton candy that tastes like beef.
Yeah, because this is the unhealthy version.
Why? That's a whole thing now. Like in the culinary world, things that taste like other things. I've made this that tastes like something else, where I could just have this. We're obsessed with White Claws.
There was a
Hell
moment.
yeah.
Americans are obsessed with thinking they're Italian. I guess maybe during the Jersey Shore era.
Being Italian is like
Cool as hell.
It's-
Thank you.
It is. When I realized from 23andMe that I'm only 7% Italian, I've been raised Italian my whole life. No, I am Irish. It was devastating. I'm still not okay with it. I want to be Italian.
Well, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
That's a bummer.
Thank you for your
I'm
sympathy.
sorry. We're obsessed with putting marshmallows on everything on Thanksgiving.
Like
That's
two,
the best,
two dishes, two items.
Sweet potatoes, yams.
You guys see that
What
thing
else?
that they're trying
Green
to push right
beans?
now? It's like
No.
it's like a chocolate it's like a chocolate pocket, like a hollow pocket, and it has like 15 mini marshmallows in it, and you put it in to your hot cocoa, your chocolate, your
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever, and it melts, and then all the marshmallows kind of flip out.
Yeah, pretty
from
cool,
underneath
actually.
It.
What is
It
that?
does look very attractive.
Yeah, my kids got those last winter.
Yeah, it's like
They're like little bombs.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a chocolate
Cocoa bombs.
Yeah, like a cocoa bomb thing with a bunch of marshmallows inside that all float up.
Oh.
and the chocolate mixes in.
If we all didn't stand around the cup watching that thing melt.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly right.
For 5 minutes.
We sure did.
That is so cool.
We're obsessed with IDing people, bagels, pumpkins, UFOs and aliens, and going to gas stations for snacks. I think we are.
Yeah,
Gas stations for snacks?
Yeah.
what's wrong with that?
I thought
We
That's,
have-
convenience
that's what
stores.
these are what foreigners think that we're obsessed with.
We have
and they're
gas
correct.
stations. I've been to Wally's probably 10 times. You know how many times I got gas there?
Zero.
Twice. Maybe
I've
twice.
gotten gas at Wally's 0
Right,
times.
I'm only there for this.
But I've been to Wally's 15 times.
exactly.
Because we have nice stores here compared to the rest of the world.
We
with the
do.
Gas stations, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. QT,
Oh, getting a
Crazy.
what are
Quick Trip,
Quick Trip, getting a what are they called? They're
Casey's.
spinning on
You
the.
do have to remember, though. I mean, in England and Europe, like those cities are so much closer than
Yeah.
we're used to. Especially if you're driving out west. Of course, we're going to the gas stations for snacks. It's the only thing I'm going to have for the next 6 hours.
Yeah,
I'm a
and-
Casey's man. For sure.
Casey's is great. Gas up and get some snacks. I'm all about it. Yeah, and listen, if you're in a city like New York City, it's not the same. You know, they don't have those
It's
kind of
closer
places.
to Europe.
Yeah. And LA is the same way. It's got the tiny little thing. You walk up to the little window and
It's
Yeah,
like a
nobody's-
pocket of the East Coast. So Wawa's big, right?
New Jersey.
Well, Wawa's big. I swear.
DC. I saw him in DC, Philly.
Last couple times I've been to Wawa, it's going.
Really?
Downhill a
man.
little bit.
I equate it to QT.
No, dude, nobody's hanging out,
better.
scared for their life at 1 a.m. waiting for their thing to ding in Quick Trip. But in Wawa, go to Wawa at 12:50.
Not the ones I've been
in
to.
the morning.
I've only been there in the
It's
morning.
a scene, man. You're
It
just
is.
waiting for a fight
Philadelphia
to break out.
it was. It was
It's a
crazy.
I've only been to
scene.
the one,
But it was
the
cool.
ones in Jersey.
Way more stuff than Quick Trip.
Tons of stuff, and you got the food that's too hot to eat for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it is a interesting.
But it's you go to the
collection of
screen
people.
and you beep, 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 and you order, and they kind of get it right.
Yeah, but there's places. Yeah, as I said, there's places that do it better. Sheets does it better. Period.
I've never been to a Sheets.
Sheets does it better.
And I'm
Curse.
taking a trip to Nashville. Is there a Buc-ee's on the way?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever been.
They're about to open one in Springfield.
There is a Taco John's on the way.
I'm going to South Bend in 2 weeks.
South Bend, Indiana.
Yeah. Is there a Taco John's on the way?
Oh, you said Nashville.
Yeah, that's in a couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, you're getting all
I don't know. I'll do.
I'm
the
going to
research.
South
World
Bend
traveler.
first weekend in October,
Okay,
and then I think in November going to Nashville.
I'll check. I'll do some research.
Yeah, do some recon.
Isn't that OG Wally's on the way to South Bend?
That's on the way to Chicago. And Pontiac.
Oh, okay.
Pontiac. Right? Is Pontiac?
Yeah,
Pontiac,
Pontiac
Illinois?
is where Wally's is at.
Yeah.
Pontiac, Illinois.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been there.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back with the emails. Got caught up on cereal.
It is interesting to see the decline of cereal.
Yeah, and I was.
I think
the
it's
whole
because it's
Wall
not
Street Journal
marketed
article.
to kids anymore, too, man. Like, they had a thing called the fit factor that they actually cereals would fight for like the second shelf from the ground because it was kid level,
High level, yeah.
and they would count on like Mr. T and He-Man and Pac-Man and all these Saturday morning cartoons and these high sugar, the kids would throw a fit and parents would cave, and they don't really market to kids anymore. I don't know if that's like a legal thing.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't see many kids going to the grocery stores anymore.
Yeah.
That and there's not like a time and a place where they can advertise. Like we used to have Saturday morning cartoons. What better place to have 55 cereal commercials crammed in?
Yeah.
Now kids are watching things on streaming that don't have the same.
Do you
ad
remember being
opportunities.
dragged to the grocery store with your
All
parents?
the time. Not only with my parents, but with my neighbor. If you know she had to do it before school or something like that, I was always at the grocery store.
I mean, I go to the grocery store all the time. I rarely see kids.
That's a
Rarely.
good point.
That's probably part of it. I think that plays into it, and also just like when I can't, man. All you wanted was the toy,
Yeah.
the toy and cereal, and I don't even know if they do that anymore.
I still have my Tony the Tiger baseball.
Oh man, I think I had one of those too.
It was a Christmas gift. They used it as a Christmas gift for me.
Oh, wow.
That's not a joke.
nice.
It's on film.
All right, traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Great.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway.
gift
There's still a lot
sucks.
No, I was so stoked. Still a lot of racing left in 2023 at WWT Raceway. NHRA Midwest Nationals are September 29th to October 1st. Get your tickets now. Left lane blocked due to debris on the road 270 northbound at Dorset. We also have severe delays 70 westbound between Kings Highway and Missouri U. Average speed down to about 15 miles an hour. Your point forecast, a mild day with a chance for scattered light showers late in the day and evening, high of 80. Right now it's 67 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
Let's get to some of your emails. RizShow1057thepoint.com or send us instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app.
Emails brought to you by Big Dick's Brick and Mailboxes. No box too big or too small. Big Dick's does them all. Top movies you wish you could watch for the first time again without ever having seen it. Mine would be 7. Love you guys, Mikey.
Star Wars,
Yeah.
the original,
Yeah. That's
Like
a good,
The New
that's
Hope.
a good one.
or like Empire Strikes Back. Any of the first 3 in the ones that came out,
Yeah.
like the original trilogy.
I like that answer.
Man, to be in the theater and to like that, you know, when the opening, after, you know,
Yeah.
when the crawl first comes, man, that'd be
What
awesome.
was the question again?
Top movies you wish you could watch for the first time again without ever having seen it.
Okay, mine would be Team America, World Police.
When this hits, oh God, for the
GRB.
first time,
GRB. Good reason.
it's a good reason, Boner. Yeah.
Boner.
Wait, let me push my glasses up.
In a galaxy. Or wait, GRB.
But what if it was now?
It'd still be incredible.
Even with all the superhero things, and you've been...
Having seen all other movies up to current, and they're like, you've never seen Star Wars, 45-year-old guy? Check this movie from the 70s out. Do you think it would have the same impact without the nostalgia?
Maybe not.
Of course, not the same impact, but
Says having never seen it.
still love it. Well, they're asking me of now. So me of now.
Oh, so me of now.
Yeah, me of now, watching it now. So you got to take into account, you're still you, and you still know what you love.
Yeah, but we've been desensitized to all that.
Yeah, I know.
You know, the superhero stuff.
I'd still go to my classics. I still go to my Back to the Future, Ghostbusters. Honestly, the very first Batman, the Michael Keaton, Tim Burton Batman that I saw, like, phew, it was just I was living in a comic book in the way that I wanted to live in a comic book. It was just stupidly incredible. It took me somewhere.
Yeah. E.T. was like that for me.
You know, another good one would be Home Alone.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Never ending story for me.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah,
It's a good one.
Loved that movie.
It's a goodie.
That movie was perfectly done for its time because it made you feel like, wait a second, this is my movie.
And
They made this for me. This is what I think about.
Yeah.
This is what I dream about.
Yeah. Luck dragons, man. Wish they were real.
What would you say? Would you say, Rafe? What
I
was
just
for you?
like I imagine just getting to see the Goonies for the first time.
As an adult?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it makes it hard. 'Cause there's so many movies that I'm like, oh, I remember just enjoying them so much as a kid. Like, to have that feeling again would be great. But would you get that feeling as an adult? Because I've shown movies to people who haven't seen them, and they don't react the way I need them to. And then I'm like, I hate you right now. Like,
What's-
I love you, but I kind of hate your
All right,
guts
so
right
what's
now.
a movie that's got a great twist ending that
Sixth Sense.
that you can only watch once?
Sixth Sense was like,
Sign,
oh
Sixth
my
Sense.
God.
So maybe go back to see one of those movies as if
Yeah,
you never
yeah.
saw it
Yeah,
before.
that'd be cool.
Prestige, Interstellar, Inception.
Yeah, those weird twist ending movies.
Yeah,
Any
Ernest-
Shyamalan movie.
Ernest Goes
Yeah.
to Camp.
Yes.
Good twist.
You know, it's another one too that not many people talk about. And I know I'm Christopher Nolan simp over here, but like the Memento.
Oh, Guy Pearce?
Yeah. When you first watch that, you just go, "What the hell is happening?
Dude,
what am I
we went-
watching?"
Is that with the tattooed one?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Went to
Something-
Chicago, and one of my comedian friends, we all know he's been on the show. I won't say his name, but Bobby. And he was on a copious amount of psychedelic mushrooms, and we put on Memento. We're like, this movie's good, man. You should watch it. And he was so like, you guys messing with me? He thought we were like restarting. He was because it plays.
Yeah,
it keeps
yeah,
like
yeah.
replaying from like a different point. And he was like, who's got the remote? He was so mad.
Memento,
He
dude.
said, what is happening right now?
That's
Like it was
a
just.
difficult movie sober.
It is, and it was way too much. The condition
For
he was
some
in, and
mushroom.
we were dying.
All right, next.
Okay, morning, fellas and lady.
Morning.
I wanted to pass along some information that I recently learned since it seems appropriate for the week. Now, this is from James, okay? So if he gets this wrong, don't yell at us. We're just trying to educate you through what James is trying to
All right.
say to educate us. And it's topical, too, because to your right are, what do you call those things? From Le Bon Boucher?
Macarons.
Macaroons.
Macaroons.
Okay, you say macarons, you said
What's
macarons.
macarons? Macarons?
Macarons.
Okay, this is what James says.
Macarones.
A macaron is a French sandwich-like cookie that the fine folks at Le Bon Boucher are famous for.
Macaron. Okay, yeah.
All right.
Whereas the macaroon is a drop cookie made using shredded coconut.
Right, that's
That's
like a
good.
Jewish thing.
Yeah.
I used to think the two were interchangeable until the Great British Baking Show pointed out the error of our ways. Keep up the good work. 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you.
James.
Macarons.
So those are macarons. I've been
Macarons,
messing
yeah.
this up the whole time.
Little French
Sandwich
Cute,
cookies.
cute cookies.
Yep.
macarons. Macaroons are the
Coconut drops.
coconut cookies, which are delicious too.
Super delicious.
Thanks to Michael for bringing us all the
Thank you,
Le Bon
Michael.
Boucher.
Yeah, Michael.
Macarons. I will try to remember that.
Michael Ron.
Next.
Hello, gentlemen, Lern and King Scott.
Sup?
Hello.
Hi.
We were talking about smelly coworkers, and all I could think of was there's not much worse than a smelly college roommate. And I have to say, I know I told you guys this because remember when my oldest daughter, who by the way turned 25 yesterday,
Happy birthday.
remember when she went to college, and the drama, the first month or so was her roommate. And guys, I was only in there for like a half an hour at one point when this roommate was in there. Young, 18-year-old gal, holy
Holy
body
ripeness.
odor, man. Like
Yeah.
it was so
So
bad.
bad.
My daughter was like, I don't know what to do here.
It's sad because these kids are out probably for the first time in their lives, and they're left to their own devices, and
This was a
time to grow up.
Yeah, this was I don't want to get too detailed, but this was somebody who was doing mission work in other countries. And I guess just hadn't like got the deodorant thing down or going really in habitual practice by the time they hit college. And my daughter was like, I don't even know what to do here. This emailer says, when I was in college, a friend of mine and I were paired with a random guy who smelled of death. In the semester we lived with him, yes, just a semester because we had to move due to his stench. We never once heard him shower. Also, he didn't wipe. How do we know?
He didn't
Because
wipe.
twice he took one, he did not flush, and there was zero toilet paper in the toilet. Absolutely disgusting. Thankfully,
No
he stayed in
way.
his room and he kept the
What?
door shut. That was until our HVAC turned on and his stench filled our 500 square foot apartment.
Oh.
At least you had a 500 square foot apartment.
Dang.
Rafe, what do you do in this situation? Smelly roommate, smelly college roommate. You're stuck.
I mean, I blanket party, something.
Blanket party.
You go full military. You go full metal jacket on this dude. Somebody gets under, holds the sheets.
What?
You tune him up with a bar of soap and socks, and then you leave that bar of soap on his chest as a message. Wash your ass.
You use
Yeah,
the soap
yeah, yeah.
or will use the
That's
soap.
right. That's right.
Yeah, you ass.
Why are we so afraid to talk about? Like, I don't know.
It's just
They're
weird
so
to ask.
bad
Oh yeah,
at
we could
this.
talk about it. That's also a solution. Sorry.
You know me.
I should have started there.
It's a sensitive
You
issue.
know me.
I know, but like,
sensitive
it's
issue.
my nose is sensitive.
First
right?
of all.
like
Yeah, we can't
we
just
have to
be honest.
help a
coexist.
homie
Hey,
out, man.
chances are
Here's a good window.
it may take a few hours, may take a few days, it may take a few years, but chances are at some point this person is going to thank you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Maybe
because
they
you're
weren't
helping them
taught.
grow.
You gotta
How to
say,
clean
yo,
themselves.
bro, you stink.
Maybe the terrible parents are like, we don't care. You know, you need to hit
guessing.
the society norm at some point.
Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you.
Okay.
I'm guessing by the email, I'm not getting the vibe like this guy cared. And I've had a guy like this. I had a friend of mine whose feet reeked, and he like never showered, and we would be like, "You stink. You are a smelly foot. Get out of here." And he'd be like, he just didn't care. His room would stink. His shoes would stink. He was just a big stinky guy, and he didn't care.
He just stunk.
Because if you're dropping and you're not flushing,
you're not wiping.
Even if you're wiping, if you're not flushing, and it's multiple infractions, you're just like, okay,
disgusting.
This is a disgusting person who's probably not going to change. But that's a good
who's
window into
also-
that conversation.
That's college, though. This is probably somebody that's never been taught
Yeah.
how to
saying.
live
Don't know
with
what
other
their
people,
home life
and
was
be
like.
hygienic.
Yeah, you got to talk with them.
Maybe you're the first person in their life to say, "Hey, here are the standards. Let me show you how to wipe."
Yeah, if you do it with kindness.
Oh, no.
too. That's the thing, though. It's communication and awkward conversation. But
Yeah.
how you do it, like if you come at it with kindness and respect,
Don't go, "You
it's,
stank."
Hey, you smell like crap. Like no, like hey man, like we got to coexist together. I don't know what's going on, but like I like you.
Yeah.
You smell. I'm trying to make it
Have
not
some
be
tact.
this way.
Yeah,
Have
you're,
some tact.
So-
you're
Yeah.
being a friend.
I remember my first roommate.
Wipe your ass.
Wipe your ass.
I remember
Hey,
my first roommate in college, and he had dark hair, and so anytime he took a bath or shower or whatever, it was just disgusting in there. And I did the courageous thing of like it was just hair everywhere, and I think he was losing hair at a rapid pace. But anyways, I would kind of call him out on it, and so we kind of bickered every once in a while. But I think it helped. I hope at least it made me feel better.
You just got to say
And I
something.
realized I didn't
I
even
just
be a friend.
I picture Lern like knocking on the door and being like, "Hey, buddy,
Hey, man.
got a minute?
Let's sit down.
I saw you. I can hear. No, don't get up. I'll sit right here on the edge of the bed. How
You
you
stay over
feeling,
there."
sport? Huh? Good. You left your third chocolate iceberg in the toilet, and
Aw.
we just wanted to make sure everything's okay." I
Dude,
think,
it's
Hey,
true.
can we talk about this?
I've had to talk about sensitive things with people.
man,
and
if
about how
somebody's
you come at
leaving
it.
a,
Big old smelly turd in the with
turn
no
the ball.
toilet paper.
I had a
Yeah.
friend in college.
We noticed the absence of paperwork.
They're wiping first.
I had a friend in
flushing
college that
then.
would break into your apartment while you were gone and
Maybe
poop
nobody
in your
told him.
toilet and then leave a sign on it that said grilled onions with a question mark, and we all wanted to kill him. And he got the nickname Poopy because of it. And I'm like, that was his like go-to prank.
Scott
And I'm
brought up a good thing. That maybe he's wiping first and then going.
Yeah, he doesn't know how the order goes.
Nobody told him. It's not
Yeah,
something
it's
to
not
teach in
fair.
school. All right,
You're
next, please.
Next.
Please,
Next.
God, next.
Okay. Let's see. Hello, gentlemen, Moon, and lovely Lern. Am I the a-hole? I went to a Chinese buffet. The food was good. Lots of seafood options at this location. Wife and I ordered water and barely drank it. No refills. The server didn't even attempt to clean the plates between the trips. This location is a pay-first policy. Then when we were finished with our meal, the server brought a copy of our already paid receipt with a tip line.
Gratuity included.
I'm a generous tipper at real restaurants. I do tip at buffets when I get refills and plates cleared. This time, I left nothing. There was no more service than a fast food plate. Am I the a-hole?
Well, there's probably people behind the scenes that are, if they're splitting tips. So maybe you gypped the dishwasher out of a tip. Mm-hmm. Maybe you gypped people running food at the buffet tips because you only think it's going to the person who's clearing your plate at the table. That's the way I look at it. I don't know. Am I wrong?
I don't know, man.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, I
I
think
you're
you're right.
okay.
But yeah, you didn't. I mean, you already spent your money. Then it's an odd.
How much was the buffet, I wonder?
I don't know. Chinese food buffets. No thanks.
What? Oh,
No,
please.
thanks.
No thanks.
I'm in line right now.
We were talking about those orange chicken Tostinos yesterday, and that's all I was thinking about
Yeah.
was a Chinese buffet.
Chinese buffet?
Yeah.
No, I had a
The
very bad
noodles?
experience at one once.
They have to be done well. I'll give you that. But man, I can throw down on a Chinese buffet.
Best experiences I've ever had at a Chinese buffet was on Thanksgiving, on holidays, because they're always open. Except for after you get your food and you realize, oh, this is cool. You sit down, you look around, you go, oh my gosh, this is the saddest place to be right now.
Yeah, well,
It's
I
all
like the
divorced-
Mongolian.
It's all divorced dads or people who just got out of jail.
Mongolian barbecue? That's cool.
Okay.
That's one where you go fill your bowl with, like the meats and the veggies.
Oh, and then they cook it in front of you.
And they cook it in front of you.
That's cool. Yeah.
With the giant chopsticks.
Like stir crazy
Yeah.
or hoo-hot, right?
Hoo-hot.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I never been to that one, but we used to go to one as a kid.
Yeah, I never knew.
called Mongolian Garden.
I never realized what that place
Khan's
was.
Mongolian Garden.
Right on.
That sounds good.
So they'd have like the strips
Khan's.
of raw meat, and you get whatever you want. You fill up your plate, and then you put your sauces in there.
Yeah, we used to have that place right down the road, Stir Crazy, and it was awesome. And it just
Yeah, that was kind of that was
disappeared.
It disappeared. Didn't do well. Now leave the tip. I'm leaving a tip every time.
Yeah.
I'll leave something. Couple ones.
Didn't they say like for the first time in a long time, tipping went down recently? Like people are not tipping as much because of
Really?
how overly
Because
tipped
it's
out
over.
we're all-
We're overdoing it.
yeah,
Well, the pendulum's swinging. Y'all did this to yourself.
You did this to yourselves.
it's true.
It's that little screen, the unnecessary screen when you're paying by card,
Yep.
and they flip the screen over and you go, "This is a tippable thing," but yet a tip screen is on here.
And the other thing too is your like name is attached. For some reason, people think, "Oh man, there's going to be some ledger."
Right.
And at the end of the day, they're all going to go up there. There he was again. And look at this. We flipped the screen and he declined to tip on his $13 salad.
Yep.
Josh on the instant feedback. We're going to go back to the smelly roommate. He said, "You've never had a no wipe? Come on, guys. Even if there's a no wipe, you're still wiping."
The only reason.
What? Right.
Dude.
Yeah, no. There's a CW. There's the clean wipe. But there's no such thing as a no wipe.
Yeah.
Even if you're taking a dump in the woods, you find something to deal
Even if you
with
think
your
it's a clean
crack.
wipe, even if you think, "Whoa, I don't need toilet paper," you got to check.
Yeah, you need
You're
proof.
disgusting, Josh.
You need proof of the CW.
I guess you do yoga and see, but
Josh, you're disgusting, and
Disappointing.
there's going to be a note in your file. I'll tell you that.
You're darn
There's
right,
a note in
dude.
your file.
No. It needs to be a PCW, a proven clean wipe. There's no such thing as a no wipe. That
Doesn't
You
exist.
find a
What are
way.
you talking about?
Life finds a way. Okay.
You don't go, "Ooh, this is no wipe." What?
Right. No wipe.
Person's an anarchist.
Me detect a no wipe.
Get out of here.
Yeah, you're just guessing, and you're
E-Dog
guessing
says-
wrong.
Yeah, what if you
Ever
guess
wipe
wrong?
with your socks?
Take
You
no
find
chances.
something. I don't need this shirt anymore.
Oh yeah.
Where did we get there? We didn't get to that point yet, Lern.
Oh, I'm already there. I'm immediately there.
Oh, by
This
the
comes from
way,
the person that always has wet wipes on her, by the way. Like, for this reason. And whenever I was in Colorado this weekend and my sister knew how to do it up, she had an entire 12-pack of Charmin in the back of her trunk because she knows, like, because we're driving through the mountains. And I have this thing
Yeah.
where if I need to go, I got to be able to go.
that's wise.
And my sister loves me with all of her heart, had the big old stack in the back, didn't have to use them, thank God. But I'm always packing the wipes because of this very reason, because you always got to wipe.
That's wise. By the way, my wife had a lapse of brain activity recently, and she decided to get some discount crap online, and we have the worst toilet paper in any household
One
in the
ply.
zip code. Good God, dude, it's worse
It's
than
that-
truck
that-
stop. And she's like, "Well, I'm so sorry." You know, she apologizes every time we go.
You
to
can't-
the
Did you say a note's going in your file?
Every time we were in there, she was doing her hair or something. She goes, "Hey, I just have to apologize again. This toilet paper is the worst. We just got to get through it. We're going to do it together as a family."
Yeah. A note's going in your file.
Oh, it's the worst. She's like,
Ow.
"I will never buy this. I'll never be charmed by a discount again with toilet paper. Never cut corners with TP."
Whoa. Somebody made a good point. What if he had a little like a bidet?
You still got to dab.
Yep.
Yes.
You still got to dab yourself dry.
Maybe he had like a squirt bottle that he kept in his room or something.
Cheap bidet.
All right, quick break. We'll come back. We got sports and hear about this drunk Bills fan. What happened to him? Oh, boy. He fell down a hole,
Okay.
and I'll give you more detail. Okay, so you're all messed up on whatever. You're drunk, you're high. Man, to get yourself into the amount of trouble that this guy up there in Buffalo got himself into, and you've seen the story, Moon, right?
Yep.
This guy
Yes,
got
I have.
himself into a pickle. Bill's Mafia, baby.
Yeah.
Now, what are they famous for up there in Buffalo? Throwing each other through tables?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Very passionate fans up there.
Yes. It was my last number 2 show. Was taking down NFL fandom, and they were on it. The Bills Mafia, they're famous for 2 things. The tables,
Yeah, throwing each other through tables.
smashing each other through tables, and then they do this thing where they cover a dude in like ketchup and mustard, like condiments. Like a guy just gets like a condiment bukkake.
Huh.
There's like one person before every game that gets like almost like a guar show.
Like, is it for luck?
I don't know what. I honestly don't know, dude. It's just it's a lot.
If it's for
The
luck,
Insane
it's
Clown
been
Posse
working.
people and the Buffalo Bills fans, a lot of parallels. A lot of parallel behavior.
And listen, I've been to Buffalo. Have you? You been to Buffalo?
Yes, many times.
Yeah. Love
They
it.
don't
Great
see a lot
club.
of sun.
No.
It just got voted like the #1 nicest place, didn't it?
What? Buffalo?
Yeah, I
I
think
thought
so.
it was like the
I
number one
don't
nicest
think
place
it's a
to
great place.
quickly leave. And visit.
The #1 best place to leave?
Yeah.
I would not
Wow, let's just
suggest
keep
it.
going.
Yeah, Reader's Digest names
number one.
Buffalo nicest place in America.
Wow. So
What?
they've upgraded their
Yeah,
stuff.
man. This just came out today.
Reader's Digest.
Reader's Digest.
That's still
Oh,
a thing.
I love short stories.
No, that was
Laughter is the best medicine.
that was a study paid for by Big Buffalo.
the,
Yeah,
city, the
geez.
city of good neighbors.
I'm not here to crash on Buffalo, but I'm not here to promote it either.
I like the people just fine.
So I guess they're building a new stadium there for the Bills.
Really?
A construction site at the home of the new Buffalo Bills Stadium got an unexpected visitor this past Sunday. The Bills were at home playing the Raiders. Police were called to the area by security who handles the area outside the fencing. As authorities approached, 29-year-old, I don't know his name, but he was naked.
Oh.
He was covered in human excrement, covered in poopy.
Nice.
Okay.
Completely covered in poopy, jumped into the pit at the construction site. Officials said the man was under the influence of a mixture of drugs, including alcohol,
What?
check, LSD,
All right.
cocaine,
Whoa.
Nice.
and pot.
Wow.
Come down sometime.
Brompton cocktail.
man.
It's the old poo mixture, I guess.
He was drunk, tripping, high on cocaine, and on the pot.
Ready to party.
And this guy needed it to scale a 10-foot fence to get into the site. Here is the the Erie County sheriff talking about what happened.
When you're taking LSD and cocaine and marijuana, you're going to not read the signs. You're not going to read anything. You wouldn't be in a porta potty jumping inside it, covering yourself with human excrement. You wouldn't be doing that. This is a very isolated issue.
Dude, can you imagine what your body's trying to figure out? Like, am I excited?
Am I up or down?
Am I chill? Am I a dragon? Am I like what?
It's really hard for the cocaine and LSD to get along. It's like, is that a demon or am I a demon?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's intentional schizophrenia.
I think I'm a demon.
After you've just dipped yourself in a porta potty.
Uh-huh.
Wow, dude.
Just imagine being
That's
covered in
wild.
all that blue, like porter potty goo.
Ugh.
Oh, man.
Yummy.
Just covered head to toe in blue porter potty goo and doo doo, and then being like, I should probably spark a J and come down. Like that's when
I
he
just
came to his
picture-
senses. He's
I
like,
need
you
to
know
level
what?
out.
I do have this single roll I picked up at Suede. Maybe I should
level
think
out.
about life for a
He's
minute.
got toilet paper hanging from him. He's like a swamp creature.
And this goes into why I'm telling you, Buffalo is not the greatest place to live.
He goes to light the joint, and he's just completely flammable. You know when you put hairspray on your hand when you're just a whole flame goes over his whole body and burns off all of his hair.
Oh,
Dude, entertainers like going through Buffalo because the crowds are always great. Am I right? The crowds are always
they're
great.
amazing.
Yeah, dude.
And you know why? Because they're looking for something
something to do. You're right.
Buffalo sucks, and they're just excited to have something to do. And this is more evidence.
oh, this guy did stuff.
Comedy Club, there's great. It's like one of the best ones in the country, and it's across from a casino. It's downtown. Downtown is beautiful.
Yeah,
They
it's a
have, I
beautiful
think you would like.
downtown.
They have like the canals.
Yeah, a
go
ton
down.
of bars, ton of venues.
It's very walkable downtown.
Well, just this guy was charged with criminal trespass and released on an appearance ticket.
Where's the tear rolling down
Man,
your face
I know.
right now?
I'm picturing him.
What? Where's is the new stadium downtown? Is that where they're building?
I guess it's right next to the old one.
I thought that the Buffalo Stadium was kind of out of town a bit.
Oh, it's
too,
Orchard Park,
right? Yeah.
so it's not Buffalo proper. It's,
Yeah. Because this hockey stadium's downtown, and it's cool.
yeah. All right, here's sports. All right, Moon, quickly, what do you got?
Sports presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Think you know football? Bet on it. DraftKings at Casino Queen Sportbook. They did it. The Cardinals did it. They got eliminated from playoff contention
That's it.
mathematically.
All right,
That's
we'll get them next year, guys.
Turning the season around.
The division-leading Milwaukee Brewers had a ton of doubles to make a comeback and later run away with a 7-3 victory Tuesday at Busch. A few days after assuring that their first losing season since 2007, the Cardinals, 67-84, made it mathematically impossible to even catch a wild card spot. They'll play the Brewers for funsies at Busch tonight, start of 6:45. Speaking
Question.
of tonight, yeah.
For the group, Should Waino not play another game?
I don't think he's. They say he's not going to play again.
Really?
Just let him go out on number 200 on a win since we're out of contention.
From what I hear, he is not. That's it for him.
Is he going to do the at-bat? He was talking about that, trying to get an at-bat.
I don't know, but I don't think we see him pitch again.
Okay.
Why
Sorry.
not? Let's have fun. Hell, I'll pitch. I mean, what's it matter?
I just kind of like let him go out on a high note.
Right.
Let me get a
the
start.
200, and that's it.
Let
What do you
me
need?
catch a start or a close if we're.
Why
in the
hurt
lead.
yourself?
Yeah, his
Hurt
last
myself.
game's a shutout. That's amazing.
Let me catch a game. Let me shortstop it. Okay, big match tonight. City SC lead the Western Conference by 6 points. In second place, LAFC, only 3 points back. Win, and City SC has a 9-point edge over the defending MLS champions and at least a 7-point lead over the rest of the conference with 4 games to play. Lose, and LAFC catch up dramatically. Don't forget, LAFC has a game in hand, meaning that they have played 1 fewer game than City SC has.
And they tied them. Right? Was it tied? Did they tie them last time they played last week?
No, last time we played
was-
LAFC over there, I think we lost 3-0.
Oh.
But it was a pretty good match. The score didn't really reflect it, if I remember right. It was earlier in the season. Speaking of football, Patriots season ticket holder for 30 years, a 53-year-old husband and father of 2 was killed at the Patriots-Dolphins game in the fourth quarter when he was punched by a Dolphins fan. According to reports, Dale Mooney and 3 of his friends were at a game and being taunted by some Dolphins fans. Later, it escalated and, quote, they started tussling around for a few minutes. At one point, another fan walked over. He punched him, and the man just went out. It was pretty hard to watch. They rushed him to the hospital. He was pronounced dead later that evening. So that's an absolute bummer. Just be cool. Just be cool. Lern shared this with me. Max is bringing sports action to streaming. Warner Brothers Discovery will offer a paid tier for its existing Bleacher Report brand. The stream's going to have NBA, NHL, MLB, and March Madness games. Warner plans to have at least 300 live events each year. Bleacher Report starts as a free service, but then will cost $10 a month, and that is through Max. I'm Moon, and that's your sports, because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
Braden Shen named captain of the Blues.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. I announced that yesterday. We did not catch it. It was shortly after the show closed up. The Blues did announce that their new captain, wearing the seat, Braden Shen. And as Riz would put it, was there anybody else?
Maybe Robert Thomas, but they made the right choice.
Robert Thomas.
Bobby Thomas. All right, one final break. We'll come back and wrap her up. That is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. We appreciate you all tuning in. We have a meeting to get to in 7 minutes, so today's Pappy's Recappy.
Brought to you by Pappy's Smokehouse, celebrating 15 years, locally owned, world famous. 2 locations, including Highway 70 and Mid-Rivers Mall Drive in St. Peters. Everything we covered on the show today, crap on celebrities, sports, Buffalo Bills fan was covered in, how you say?
Fecal matter.
Yes, all of those things. Check out the Riz News section at the top of the blog, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The podcast is available everywhere you get podcasts, and today's title is Never Cut Corners with TP.
It's true.
It's a good thing to know.
It's true.
Rule to live by.
Rafe, have a great trip to Denver.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm looking forward to it. I've gotten a couple messages. We got Riz people in Denver, man.
Oh, yeah.
Lern's got a couple pals coming.
Yeah, Christy and Sean, they'll be
I'm
there.
excited to meet them, and I've had about 7 or 8 messages from transplants, St. Louis transplants in Denver that are coming out to shows. So
cool. Have a great
Riz
trip.
strong.
It's going to be awesome.
If you can't make it out to Denver, go see Rafe next weekend at Funny Bone Westport.
Yeah, get them Funny Bone tickets.
They're going fast.
Don't make me look bad.
All right. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen?
December 9th, Punk Rock Christmas. Tickets are available at the pageant, although those are starting to go fast. So you better get on it. And this is the perfect way to start the Christmas holiday, really, December 9th. That is the party to not be missed.
All right. Okay. If that's it, we leave you with a selection from our Team Riz Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shots, hotshotsnet.com/Team Riz. From St. Louis, Brody